5, NBA Eastern Conference Finals, Game 5. Every superstar in the league's hurt, but we're fucking here. We're here. Let's make some money. What's going on, buddy?
We got a new intro song. I didn't know it. What song is that? I don't even recognize it.
Our new intro song.
Who is it?
Some copyright-free music that we can use.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if it's like your old band or something that you pulled out.
No.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, we are here. The game will start. Since it's on TNT, it'll start on time. Thing I figured out. So ESPN games are about 20 minutes late. TNT games are about 3 minutes after what it says scheduled tip. So we will still start right on time. This is a live show. I have one play on the spreadsheet, but we will be finding some more spots as we look into this live. When we did the rundown this morning, we were not sure about Trae Young and Clint Capella. We know that Young is out, Capella is in. So we will bet and look at the player props accordingly. So, that's what we'll be up to tonight. And, excited to be here. And we'll be doing NBA on Saturday night as well, right? Because this is going 6 no matter what. And no UFC this weekend, huh?
Yep, we're going to do 2. I'm going to do one early show by myself on Saturday for NASCAR because it's a real early race. And then you and I will come back on together and do the Saturday night game. So it should be fun.
Yeah, be definitely looking forward to that. So, yeah, we got a lot going on over here at Run Pier this weekend. Nice of Dana White to give his boys the time off for the 4th of July. And then they're back to their regular grind, right? I mean, they take 1 week off, and then they go about 10 or 11 more in a row, right?
Yeah, somewhere around there normally. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I was just I drove by the jiu-jitsu gym today and they're back open. I might be jumping back in a week or two, so pretty excited about that too.
I want one of the people that are a part of the sports keg to be able to choke the last breath out of you. So I think you should go back. You should learn that guillotine choke. You should learn that Darce choke. Yeah, and I think it would be fantastic.
All right, yeah, I will be doing that, so that should be a lot of fun. Works out good too. So the practice usually starts right about when I'm finishing the rundown, so it should work real well. We got some guys in the chat with us: Bubba Wallace, Adam UES, Ronnie Lofton, YOLO123, and East Wedmore. Bubba Wallace thinks the Bucks are going to win tonight.
All right, so let's talk about the game. I watched the rundown about an hour ago, and no Giannis, no Trae Young, so I guess they basically cancel each other out, right?
Yeah, a little bit. I think that the Bucks' offense is a little better, able to handle the loss, but unfortunately, I think it hurts their defense a lot more. So I guess they do cancel each other out, but probably in different ways.
So you think that are Middleton and Drew Holiday still the second and third best players on the floor tonight, or the first and second now?
Yeah, I would say so, but obviously Bogdanović and Capella are going to have a lot to say about that. John Collins is playing absolutely fantastic, so he'll make a name for it too. I mean, there's really no clear cut with, especially as how streaky these guys are. But yeah, I would say that Middleton is probably still going to be the best player on the floor.
So line opened up at what, like 2.5?
Yeah.
And it's up to 4.5 now.
Yeah, it moved about 2 points with the Trae news. And that was information-based news. It didn't like get bet like throughout the day. It moved like 2 points right when the news came out.
Oh, because they weren't sure earlier in the day.
Yeah, like when we did the rundown this morning, he was still questionable.
Oh,
so, okay. And we actually thought that Title and I thought that he was going to play. He seemed pretty close to playing. Like we saw him jumping around on the bench in Game 4, and I wonder if there's a little bit of I don't know if gamesmanship is the right word, but just being cautious. The idea that they already know it's going back to Atlanta. Let's just give them one more time, one more day off because we need to win that Game 6 for sure. And Title said something to the effect of the same idea with Giannis, that the earliest that he would be available is the Game 7. So see if some of that's going on. I'll be interested to see him. I was actually surprised. I thought that he would play tonight. So him being out definitely surprised me a bit. He looked pretty fluid on the bench there. So
yeah, he was cheering hard. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So I got lucky, man. As soon as as soon as he grabbed his knee and he got hurt, that 365 left the lines up for about 45 seconds.
Oh,
And
wow.
I took the Hawks at minus 170 on the money line for as much as they would let me bet them. So I was fortunate enough to pick up the win there. But the game before that, DeAndre Ayton just roasted me when he took 9 shots in that game and couldn't get over his points total.
Yeah, that was a surprise to us too. Where Chris Paul came back and they didn't get that pick and roll action at all, and they hedged it all to Aiden, and then Paul actually made him pay. So it wasn't the best decision. But yeah, that was surprising to us as well.
What player props do you like tonight? Who are we targeting?
I like the PJ Tucker over 5.5. That basically just means we need to hit 2 corner threes from him. I like Bogdanovich over. Let me see what his number is. It was
17.
It was 15.5. Oh, okay. For me, it was 15.5. It got all the way. It got bet to me at 16 at minus 140 on Bookmaker.
I'm seeing 17.5 minus 110 at Bet365.
Yeah, I actually like that better than having to pay minus 140 on the 16.
Who carries the load for Atlanta tonight?
It should be a steady diet of Middleton and Holiday as the primary creators, but assuming they put pressure on it, it's going to be who steps up and gets fed, right? We talked about it on the rundown today. Bryn Forbes, if he's not shooting well, he doesn't really do a lot for this team. So he's probably going to be one of their first options. Forbes and Connaughton, they will get open looks. If they knock them down, they're going to continue to go there. If these guys are missing open looks early, it could be trouble for the Bucks.
DraftKings has Bogdanovich at 15.5 at minus 135.
That doesn't seem like a bad number. Yeah. I think I'd rather go higher, though, and just not pay any juice. I don't think it lands in the middle that often.
You think 22.5 is too high for Drew Holiday?
No. He's going to get a steady diet of usage. So, yeah. No, I don't.
That's what I was thinking. They set Middleton's number at 27.5.
Yeah.
He can go for 40 one night and then have 12 the next night. I mean,
yeah, he's wickedly inconsistent, and that's actually been an issue for him. He's not like one of those guys that you can count on every night. I mean, when he doesn't show up, it's really hard, and obviously he's going to be the focal point of the offense tonight. They'll need him. But in the past, when Giannis has been out, he's done quite well to step up and be the primary scorer. So, I wouldn't put it past him to have a great game tonight.
Now, Sumner said, I took Drew Holiday up to 30. And it's funny that he says that because I contemplated taking him over 29.5 at plus 360.
Yeah. I mean, the Collins double-double is pretty good as well there. It'll be interesting to see on the Collins double-double, Sumner, how this works. I personally don't think that they can play Collins and Gallinari at the same time. So they're going to split minutes. That puts them around like 25 a pop, unless they were to go super big, which I have not seen them do, but maybe they'll give it a try. I mean, why not? But it seems like Capella and now Okongwu have monopolized those minutes at center. So my main concern for Collins would be the lack of usage. If Gallinari gets hot and then they don't want to run Collins out there. So that would be my main concern. But at plus 170, I think you have a good bet. And on the Jrue Holiday, I mean, if he goes over, he probably goes over by a lot. He's been another one that, what's funny is this inconsistency from Holiday has actually kind of been a Bucks deal. He was fairly consistent on the Pelicans, where we can kind of count on him every night. I wonder it is about this Bucks offense that's causing these players to be inconsistent. But he's been inconsistent in these playoffs as well.
Does Capella just eat every rebound tonight?
Yeah, most likely. I can't see him not going really high on the boards. They don't really have anyone to bring him out. What did they set his over at? I have an 11.5 on my board at minus 133.
That's what I have, but his double double is like minus 120.
I like that better. I like the
Well,
double double better.
yeah.
Yeah. My main concern for Capella's offense would be he doesn't have any post moves at all. He's completely dependent on his point guard to get him the opportunities. And with Trey in the pick and roll, Trey was one of the best at feeding him on the alley oop. I don't know how good Lou Williams and company will be at feeding him. Maybe the 11.5 is a little safer. Really depends on how Milwaukee does on the offensive glass as well, because I guess if he's not involved in the offense or on the defensive glass, if he's not involved in the offense, he could get there with the offensive rebounds and the putbacks too.
So do we want to throw anything at the bottom? I mean, since there's only one NBA play on the sheet, and we're basically going to be on for the entire time. Might as well just say that spread likes the Bucks tonight, but you're not.
I mean, I said it on this show. It's not a big secret. The number's not even available though, so it's not like the Run Pure members got cheated here, because if you got it when I gave it out, you got 2 points better.
So for the purposes of the show, if it drops down to 2.5, obviously you're good with that.
I am. I'm trying to find the best prop right now. My issue here is I like a lot of these, but what bookmaker does, and Bet Online was doing this too, and Bovada was doing this. Rather than moving the points total, they would just juice them out on me.
Yeah.
I would say if we do anything, because you have the better number, I like the Bogdanovich at 17.5 at minus 110.
Yeah, I'll throw that at the bottom.
Yeah. Holiday, I mean, Middleton is too high, really.
What do you think about Capella double-double minus 120?
Yeah, let's go for that one too. Those will be the two we go for.
All right.
And like on for Travis's favorite guy, Kevin Herter, they have him at 13.5, right? Which seems pretty good, except they made it minus 165. I mean, it's just too much.
They have no problem pricing people out.
Yeah, I mean, that seems to be the strategy on these props. But I can imagine it's hard to get two-way action like it is on like a line, like an over and under. People just don't want to bet unders on these props. And Title's least favorite guy, Lopez, starts the game with a block. Title and I were talking about him versus Portis out there, but it looks like Budenholzer has opted to start Portis and not. I don't see Connaughton out there. Is Connaughton out there? Is he in the corner? Am I missing him? No, he's not. So Connaughton is coming off the bench. That was something that we didn't expect there. So whoever, I think it was Bubba Wallace, was talking about Portis double-double. Now that we see him the extra usage, let's see if that comes in for you.
That was plus 125 I saw.
Yeah.
Diego
Sumner.
Derek, what's up, boys?
Yeah, Sumner on the last game that Trey missed, right? On the DFS side of things, the Lou Williams in the captain spot was the winning lineup. So definitely can see you on that prop there as well.
All right, and away we go. 5-0 Bucks.
Yeah. Well, Chris Middleton's hitting from the outside like that. That wasn't like a wide open jumper. I don't know how the analytics would actually say it. Maybe contested, maybe not, but that's a good sign because we said he's kind of feast or famine, so it's good to see him eating early. And then Lou Williams gets by there for an easy bucket, which he can do. I like this Holiday versus Herter matchup. He should be able to crush it. And he does. Gets to the rim for an easy bucket.
Let's have a day.
Yeah, I think Title's down at the Deer District tonight. So that's pretty cool for him. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
He said after the last win that there was like 3-hour waits to get into all the bars around there after they won.
I bet.
Wow. Yeah, they're looking great. Holiday hit one there.
7 points already he has.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I didn't take the shot on the over 29.5. Fuck, I hope that doesn't screw me out. Light day for you today, fathead? All right. Still enjoying that Tampa Bay Lightning money? Yeah, Sumner, I should have hopped on that too, man. I was looking at that.
So what else has been going on? Is the Connor card next weekend?
Yeah.
So they go from a weekend off to, I mean, and I don't know this, but arguably the biggest fight of the year?
Yeah, I mean, popularity-wise, it'll be
Like
the
pay-per-view sales-wise, right?
probably
the biggest one? Yeah.
Yeah, because he carries a whole country with him.
Right.
But yeah, UFC 264 next weekend. The line.
They've had 264 of them.
Yeah, makes you feel old, right?
Yeah.
Me too. Believe me. They're both basically even money.
But if you like Poirier, you might as well wait because Connor's going to take a ton of casual money right before the fight, right?
You would think so, but you know what? They just fought 6 months ago.
Yeah, it is fresh in everyone's mind, huh?
And Poirier just beat him in the second round.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but yeah, if history means anything, then McGregor should take a ton of late money.
Yeah, like in most of the fights I remember him, he gets steamed like $1 on fight day. It's just like the day goes by and it's just his odds just keep getting longer and longer.
I haven't made a bet yet. As in terms of the side, my gut says that Poirier probably wins, but I bet the over 1.5 rounds. I think we're going to see longer than 7.5 minutes.
If McGregor loses, where does it go for his career from here? Is it just not a big deal? Is he like Pacquiao, where he could just keep fighting and make money no matter what happens on the result?
Yeah, he'll always get a shit ton of money, but he'll probably never fight for a title again.
Yeah,
and it'll be the first time that he's lost a trilogy.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, good point there too. Viral's pretty hype about the Suns.
Do you think the Suns win no matter who gets through?
No, not necessarily. I think their team does have some flaws. It's just, we'll see how it turns out here.
Holiday's number is now up to 29.5 at even money. 2.5 minutes into the game. Jesus Christ. For a game with a 1-point spread last night, there wasn't really opportunities to arb that game.
Yeah, the Suns pulled away pretty decisively there in the second half.
Happy to see Chris Paul finally make a final, though.
Yeah, definitely good for his legacy. We'll see how it turns out there.
If he wins, you think he goes out? Spread? Think he's done?
No, he'll keep playing 2 more years for sure. He has a player option for like $41 million next year, so he's got good reasons not to. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy. Viral said the last time I got to celebrate finals, Kurt Schilling was pitching. I've never been able to celebrate a final. So there's that. And I'm 40.
Yeah, contested turnarounds by John Collins. That's a win for the Bucks defense here. And I talked about it today on the rundown. The key for the Bucks tonight, because they're missing that creator, is to get stops and get out in transition. So doing a good job tonight. And they're winning the battle of the glass. I like to see that there as Bobby Portis gets a nice putback. Uh-oh, Mikey. Wait, what?
Mikey's such a piece of shit. He said he was going to come. He's like, I sent him the invite. He's basically blown me off for the last 2 weeks. and he's like, oh, I might have a JWoww incoming.
That's because I always tell him about Snooki. I say, you're going to go out and find some Snookies and JWowws every time I message him. So, and JWoww definitely is on the higher level. So I'm glad you're not settling for Snookies, Mikey.
Fucking Mikey, man.
All right, Mikey, jump on. He says he got time. Send him a link. Let's hear his hot takes about how everything that happened in the last 2 years is the best ever.
He's had a link for for the last hour. This kid.
Jump on in, Mikey. Let's hear it.
Bubba Wild guy, don't get excited because the Bucks are up 11, bro. It's the NBA.
Yeah, I know, huh?
Bubba Wallace guy, your Bubba Wallace is probably going to shit the bed again this week. Just throwing that out there. Back to a couple more road courses this week. Here we go. This fucking kid.
What's up, buddy?
What is up, my guys?
How you doing?
Doing all right. I'm thinking my bender's coming back. I haven't probably bet in like 2 weeks.
Really? What have you been doing? Just like going to work and being like an upstanding citizen?
I've been trying to be an upstanding citizen. I've just, I took my little gambling break, and I'm about ready to get back into it. Not tonight, though.
The way that I have to work to get you on the show, it's like a part-time job. I should get paid for it.
I've just been busy. I've been golfing,
Mikey, you haven't even like jumped in the chat on the rundown lately. Like we've been disappointed about that.
They changed the job site.
Oh, so you can't watch at work anymore?
Yeah, so now I'm doing different stuff, so I can't like bullshit.
That's too bad. I was telling Title and I wanted you to make an appearance today.
You should have hit me with, it's funny. I could have jumped in today. You should have messaged me. I would have jumped in.
What are you watching? Are you watching other live betting shows? Because they're popping up all over the fucking woodwork now.
Are they?
Yeah, another one started tonight. Yeah, they're popping up. They're popping up all over the woodwork. Me and Spread.
That's why I have to listen. I have to go jump on that show.
Yeah, you got some fucking nerve, kid.
I'm looking for Title in the district right now. I didn't see him though.
I'm the Eagles Seaside Tony. Who the hell is Seaside Tony?
Who did you think won this game tonight?
What game?
Bucks Hawks.
I don't know. I think the Bucks still win, but me. I'm watching the Mets.
You're watching what?
The Mets.
Oh, okay.
Who's pitching tonight?
DeGrom, and the motherfucker gave up 3 runs in the first. Tough season. Tough team. Yeah, 3 runs.
Wow.
And Ian Anderson's doing all right for the Braves, but he's probably going to get up a 2-run dinger right here.
Spread. Is this going to be a game that they win by 40?
I don't know, man. I was actually thinking about that today. I was driving around running some errands, and I'm listening to Dunked On. the Nate Duncan pod, and he's basically talking about, last night, I don't know if the number's right off the top of my head, but I think the Suns are 17 of 38 from three, and the Clippers were 9 of 36. And it just hit me like 3-point variance is so much a factor now in this game, and that's why we get so many more blowouts. Don't think I'll have to really spend some time, and maybe I'll write an article about it so I get this down clear. But just the idea when everyone was shooting twos and running through the post, that it was easier to predict people when they were constantly shooting shots that they had a 50% accuracy rate at. Now that they've dropped to shots that they have like around a 33% accuracy rate at, it just leads for so much more variance and so much more blowout potential. I wonder. First of all, it seems like the fans don't hate it. Like I know, like some hardcores don't like the 3-and-D stuff, but it seems like most fans love the 3-pointers. I don't know if it's an issue. I think the main issue would be is just that there's just so many more blowouts. Because if you're not making it from behind the arc, you really can't keep up.
Yeah.
And we also talked about it on the rundown today, right? The little theory that we'd use, and we usually don't use it in the playoffs. It's a regular season idea, but it's a superstar subtraction, and it's the idea that in the first game when our superstar's out, everybody's excited. They get more usage. They touch the ball more on offense. They're more involved. They're all stepping up. And then in the second game, that's when you start to regress and actually see the team like, okay, this is what they've looked like without Trae Young all year. So it is a possibility, but with what I said on 3-point variances, if they, just get hot from behind the arc right now, they're right back in this game. But overall, if the Bucks ran away with it, I would not be too surprised just off the idea that, this is their first game without the superstar, so they should be excited on that. And then the Hawks regression on their second game without Trae, as it looks like they're just setting up to have him for Game 6, and then maybe, everything holds like that, we're going to have quite an evening on Monday night, a Game 7 for the a trip to the finals.
And they have won a game in this series by like 30 already, haven't they?
Yeah, they won Game 2 by close to 30.
Oh.
Mike, you been watching any Wimbledon?
I have not watched anything. I've bet a little bit.
Oh, okay.
That's the only betting I did in the last 2 weeks.
Did you see it down using Susie's core, Run Pure member?
Someone
took it down,
right? Today,
and you know what? I was pretty close to that build, but I didn't have Bublik in there.
Oh, I know.
I was pretty close to that build too, and I had made it before she'd even put her core up. So I was like feeling sharp, like cool. I made a build. Hers is, a lot of things are matching. I'm like, this is really good, but. And I think you saw me complaining about it on Twitter. I wish that they would separate the men's and the women's.
Oh, that's
especially when the men's are like the top men's players have like 57 aces. The top women have like 18 right now.
Yeah, it's like it makes it kind of like cool for like the lineup construction of it.
Yeah.
But, I could just never get into tennis. Some guy in chat goes, this guy Mikey goes, I took some time off, but now I'm back, but not tonight. Me taking time off from gambling is just me not betting hundreds to thousands of dollars a night. It's just me throwing $25 here and there, like a single bowl. Like I played tennis the other day. Like Spread, I was telling you I played tennis, and I just can't. It was 3 days. I think 3 days for the fucking contest.
Yeah, that was terrible. I could have told you that it happened before it happened. And for me, it was nice though because I don't like to get up super early. So when I was getting up at 7, that's when the rain was ending, and I was like, "Oh, this is working out pretty well for me."
I was bubbling. I wanted to. I think I cashed one tournament, and I was first one out on the other. So I was like, whatever. And then I think I've hit like 3 or 5 tennis bets from JJ. Just the ones I took.
Yeah, JJ's been doing well on this, and he's got a great handle on the men. So I invited him to come on tomorrow because we have no NBA game, but AP handicaps tennis too. We'll talk some NBA to start the show, and then we're gonna give out some Wimbledon picks, and then we might do the same on Monday. I'm gonna get with JJ and see if he wants to come on, and we might talk some Wimbledon at the end of the NBA rundown on Monday.
And I'm trying to. I can just never get into tennis. I guess I have to watch it. I was never into NASCAR, and then it became my best DFS sport, and I watched every race. Well, we'll see.
Any surprises on the women's side so far, Spread?
Yeah, Belinda Benches said I messaged you going out so early. that one was a big surprise to me because she was in form going into the tournament, and I really thought she had a great chance on the weekend field. So that was the biggest surprise for me on the women's side. Serena was not a surprise. Remember, I had messaged you saying that, hey, like, no, she's totally overvalued right now. Losing in the first round, maybe, but just watching her movement's not the same. And I mean, nobody before Roger Federer has ever succeeded at this age in tennis. So, kind of expecting her to is really rough.
She's out already, huh?
Yeah, she lost her first round match. So,
wow.
Yeah. Well, she fell and hurt herself though, too. Like she actually retired from the match. She didn't get beaten, but she wasn't necessarily looking like super sharp either. It was 3-3 in the first round.
Hey, Keg, did you have a tornado warning today?
I don't know. Who the fuck knows? Maybe.
What do you mean? Your phone blow up? My phone blew up like 3 times.
No.
No, and lucky you. I got a room. I have 9 windows in my bedroom. It's just be the sunroom. And
imagine having 9 windows in your
You have
bedroom.
9 windows in your bedroom? Can you send me a picture of that?
Where do you live? In a fucking mansion, bro? What do you mean?
they're behind my desk. I have windows. It used to be my sunroom. So when my dad's
what would you do? Sit in there and tan?
I got those fucking like these blinds or whatever, or the curtains, whatever you call them, or the ones that are like dark, black out the rooms, like I don't get sunlight. That's why I gotta leave them cracked. But dude, my phone was blowing up, and I'm like my dad and like my whole family they texting me like, go in the basement, go in the basement. I'm like, nah. And I'm just sitting in my room watching the news, all excited to die. I guess I don't know. It was crazy, and then nothing happened. Just rain.
In order for me to know that there was a tornado, the roof would have had to been ripped off my house.
Jay's like, why is the internet not working? Oh, I don't have a roof.
Why is it raining inside?
Why are these lines not updating?
Exactly, Spread.
Where'd it go through? It went right down 195. It was saying right by Six Flags.
Oh, we actually had a touchdown.
Apparently, it touched down a little bit in Jackson. That's what I heard. Or that's what they were saying on the news. And that was
Wow, people that didn't bet the Bucks pregame aren't even going to get a chance.
9 windows. This guy must live with his weed plant. Oh my. I haven't smoked weed since I was a sophomore in high school. I tweaked out. Haven't even touched it since. That was it. One and done.
Holiday's got 11 in the first quarter with 3 minutes left. Fuck me.
Yeah, Title's going to be pretty happy, huh, Mikey?
If the Bucks get through, right?
Yeah, if they win tonight, he's down at the
is he there?
Beer Garden or whatever they call it right now. Like, when they cut to like the thousands of fans.
I knew he went to I think the second game of the series. I didn't know he went to this one.
Look at Lopez with 10 in the first half, Spread, in the first quarter.
Yeah, I know. I just see him drop another dunk, and
sweet mother of God.
And Title. So this is where Title and I disagree. Title doesn't like Lopez. I think that he does a lot of things for this team that don't show up on the box score, and I know he gets abused in the pick and roll. We'll watch here because they switched him on here. Let's see if he gets taken, and of course he does, but they can't convert. But I think he does so much for this team, and right now it looks like. I think Okongwu will be able to defend him eventually, but right now he's too small for him. He's just too small. I mean, Lopez looks, a good 2 to 3 inches, 30 to 40 pounds bigger than him, and he's just having problems stopping him down low.
Knock on wood, but this might be the easiest alt line.
Yeah, Hefe, we're not knocking on. We're not talking about that with 10 minutes into the game. We still got.
I mean, what?
We still got 38 left.
Is this the first time people have bet on the NBA tonight?
Yeah. I honestly, first of all, I mean, there's so many reasons, but I think one of the reasons the NFL is more popular is because the leads hold more. Like early scoring is more significant in the NFL. You know, like it's like as a Bucks backer, I only feel like slightly better right now.
I mean, listen, I took them on the O-line minus 18 plus 240.
Yeah.
But they're going to have to be up 30 going into the fourth for me to, for me to even remotely start to feel good about it.
Yeah.
Back to what you were saying about Lopez. I mean, I feel like Lopez just spreads that floor out. I mean, he's not getting rebounds. That's why they got Giannis and Tucker. They get all the boards, I feel like. Brooks spreads it out and just fucking shoots those threes.
But right now he's going down low because Okongwu's too small. And then as I say that, Okongwu returns the favor and gets a dunk on his own. Connaughton's shooting from Treyville, and that doesn't land here. I don't like that shot. I know we want to be aggressive in transition, but let's at least get up to the line.
The kiss of death from Bubba Wallace spread. Just the kiss of death. This lead will hold. Those 4 words might have sunk the fucking entire subscriber community tonight. Oh, no.
Well, thanks for hanging out anyways, Terlansky.
Yeah, our guy Terlansky. NASCAR should be fun. We got 2 road courses this weekend, Mikey.
There's 2 races?
Well, Saturday,
right?
Xfinity, Sunday.
They had 2 Cup last weekend, was it, right? Or was it the weekend before?
Did you hear about my Pocono weekend?
I saw you tweet something about it, and I did not. I don't know what happened.
If I'm contemplating we might take off the Pocono weekend every year from here.
Did you have Wilson and he blew a tire?
Yeah, that I had him for 3K at plus 175, right? So instead of picking up 52.50, I dropped 3K. So that was an $8,000 swing, right? Sunday, I'm sitting on the guy that's in 2nd and 4th place, right? But with 3 laps to go in the race, everybody started running out of gas. So, like, one car would take the lead. Like, we had Will Byron, and then he runs out of gas because everybody tried to make it to the end. And then
That'd be sick.
Keselowski had the lead. He runs out of gas. Denny Hamlin has the lead. He runs out of gas. Finally, the second guy that I bet was Kyle Busch earlier in the race, who had problems all race long, bro. And as he crossed the finish line, he ran out of gas, and we ended up cashing Kyle Busch. So we ended up picking a small profit up on the weekend. But, bro, like,
I had
the shit that happened in those 2 races. I'm completely content with kicking off of Pocono next year.
I don't know if you watched. I mean, you probably watched. I think it was like 3 years ago now. I think it was Eric Almirola's in first place, and I think Austin Dillon spun him out. It was at a speedway. I think it was. I want to say it was Talladega, one of the night races. And I was in first place. I was shipping, and on the last lap, at the last 30 feet, he fucking spun him out. And I went to min cash, and I had a bet on him to win free race. That was my most tilting NASCAR day.
How about you want to know the best part? We grabbed Kyle Busch at like 6-1, right? But then once he was in like 5th place with like 8 laps to go, his odds fell to 20-1. But the books didn't realize that on the broadcast. They said that Kyle Busch had 1 lap's worth more gas in his gas tank than the 8 cars that were around him. So we had guys hop back in on Kyle Busch, get him again at 20-1 on Sundays.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. But bro, after what happened Saturday, we were owed. We were owed that. How do you cut a tire on the final lap of the final turn in a 400-mile race?
That's just tough.
That's tough, bro. That's just tough.
Bad.
Yeah. It's absurd.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't. That's the thing with NASCAR. I mean, like, you could be winning, and then dead.
Bro, we have you. I've never destroyed a sport for one season with what we've done with NASCAR this year. Not even 2.5 years ago when we were killing NASCAR when we were on our own doing the keg stuff. This NASCAR Cup season has been insanity.
I had like 2 years ago. I went on an absolute heater in NASCAR. I think I went 18-3 cashing for one season. I think it was, or something crazy.
Right now, we've hit 19 of the first 22.
Yeah, that's just absurd.
All right, so it's a 14-point game now. What's the score in that baseball game?
3-1. DeGrom, I think it was, gave 3 runs in the first. I think it was the second or third inning. He had a guy on first and third, no outs. Then he struck the next 3 batters out, and I think they've had 1 base runner since. They're in the 6th. He's got 13 strikeouts through like 70 pitches or something retarded or crazy. 7 straight strikeouts.
So everybody like always asks like, why am I going to join a service? Why join a place like Rumpure or any place like it? We had a 23 unit June, and the site's up 84 units since we started less than a year ago. It's insane.
Well, then you get those idiots that are like, "How are you guys up? I'm down this much." I'm like, dude, you got to bet them all. You can't. Like, I had a buddy who asked me one time. He's like, "Can I try out the plays?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, I sent him the picks for like, I think 3 days, and he's like, "Oh, I don't like this guy's plays. I don't like this guy's plays." I'm like, "Look, asshole, if you're gonna ask for them, you better bet every single one. You don't pick and choose." And he picked and choose, and every single one he picked and choose lost, and all the other ones won. He's like, "But I never." He's like, "I don't know tennis." I go, "You're not asking for the picks because you know it. I'm sending you them because these guys know what they're doing, and you'll sign off." And he's like, "Oh." I'm like, "All right, you're dumb." So like, I don't. Like, I've done that with a couple groups of friends. A couple of them have signed up, and a couple of them have just been like, they just don't understand. Like you said, they don't understand it. It's like so funny.
Tyler had a great June in the NBA. Joey had a great Major League Baseball June. It was just really good. Are we still doing the UFC live events? Yeah, I just do them for subscribers. We have this live betting show that we do. I do it like 4 days a week, but most of the time, or at least half the time, it's behind the paywall and not free. I don't know what I'm going to do this year with football because we get a lot more signups during football season, and I'm on for every single football game of the season. From
7 hours of commercial-free football.
Yeah, from 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday through Sunday night football, back on for Monday night football, back on for Thursday night football. So I have to figure out how we're going to do it, like what shows are going to be free, what shows are going to be behind the paywall.
You might get me for some 4 o'clocks.
Yeah, you're welcome to join, bro. Sunday NFL is a good time. It's like me, Spread, JJ, Joey, Tyler.
Oh, the whole crew.
Yeah, it's the whole crew. You should come and hang out.
I'll definitely be there for some of them, but I usually go to my buddy's house. He's got a giant backyard. Make some pizzas. Get the whole setup there. But on days I'm not there, I'm definitely down. Pop on some Red Zone.
Fucking Diego says, including Sunday Night Football. Love to hear it, because last year Sunday Night Football was the only game that I didn't do. Because we were on all day on Sunday, so I just kind of chilled on Sunday night. But I was still in the Discord giving out winners every Sunday night. But that was the only one that I didn't. I'm gonna really try this year to do it all.
I love props for football. I think catching props are my favorite, and first touchdown.
The first touchdown run that me, Joey, Spread, and Tyler went on last year in Monday night and Thursday night football, it was legendary.
When it was just when it was your DFS playbook with like me, AP, and Ryan and them, I did a contest every, I think, Sunday night. I did first touchdown props, and I would let everybody. I put it out there, I'll pay for your first month or whatever. And I want to say I hit like 5 to 7 weeks in a row, or some like Sundays and Monday nights just in a row. And that's when I was just not that big of a bettor, but I was still making decent money. But it was crazy, just I was getting like plus 600 odds and hitting it, so it wasn't bad.
Hefe says, "Don't you dare cut it short, Jay. You're my Scott Hansen on Sundays."
Well, Scott Hansen doesn't do Sunday night.
Spread, we're like Red Zone now for people. That's pretty cool. We destroyed. We made so much money on those football shows last year.
Hawks have cut it to 12 here. Let's see what the Bucks do to respond to this.
All right, boys, I'm jumping off. Maybe I'll come back on after my JWoww.
See you in about 7 minutes.
That's generous. You think it'll be that long?
I was going to say I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Oh, God. Well, Dom Smith just hit a home run, so now I already have wood.
1 point game? A 1-run game?
1-run game.
All right.
Time. All right, the Mets win. I'll be back.
All right, be good.
All right, peace.
Later, Mikey.
One and only Mikey. All right, so Bogdanovich has 6 already spread, so we're not looking bad there.
Yeah.
I don't know what Capella has yet.
Oh, there we go. Nice little bounce there for Bobby Portis. That's Chris Hansen, Ron Lofton. And I think he's an EN, not an ON. Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace is just on fire today. He's calling NBA games. He's calling Mets games.
Fucking Bubba Wallace, man.
Nice little response here from the Bucks to cut that run short, and they're up by 16 again.
Yeah, Portis looks good. Whoever said Portis double-double, I mean, that doesn't look bad so far. It's going to be another Saturday night, late. I'm going to go early Saturday for the race. Then I'm going to do the second show with you. Then after we're done with that game, I'm going to start another late night stream to do the NASCAR pre-race video with Coop, because his work schedule is such that like if we don't do it like late Saturday, we're not going to be able to do it.
Yeah, that actually works out though, because then the people can just wake up and watch it Sunday before the race.
Yeah.
Do you got any good plans for the 4th of July?
Well, Abby's coming over tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
So I'm sure my mom and my sister will probably come over, and they'll do a barbecue, and I'll be in and out of that barbecue while being on the air.
Oh, cool.
Is baseball season over for the little guy?
Yeah, they actually had their barbecue tonight for the final game, and then it actually works out pretty good for me because one of the friends he made on the team, they have a pool, so they're hosting a barbecue for us on 4th of July, so I'll be over there. But that means I don't have to man the grill or anything. I just can just relax the whole time.
What's better than that?
Yeah, not bad. And then the kids are all entertained because they just run around the pool the whole time, so we can just sit there and talk. And the other dad likes to gamble too, so like, you know how sometimes you talk to guys and they like don't understand point spreads. Like he knows over unders, he knows alternate lines, he knows player props, so we can have like good conversations.
Keto spread will be there eating hot dogs.
I just eat meat. That's it.
without the buns.
Yep.
Good old keto spread.
Yeah. John's going to Wildwood. That should be fun.
Wildwood, I haven't been there in forever, man.
Wow, this game's gonna go over for sure. We're at 78 already.
Portis, Lopez, Holiday, and Middleton all in double digits.
Yeah.
They are absolutely rolling right now.
The Buck stack's probably going to crush because if this keeps up, we might see some garbage time, so it'll be hard for the Hawk starters to catch up. And then I don't think anyone really got different with a bunch of like 1,000, people that only cost 1,000 that might end up getting some run. Of course, I don't want to overstep this, but I'm just saying if this lead holds, it'll probably be a Buck stack that takes it down. Oh, wow, there's a big shot.
Spread, did you hear that the chick that used to be on Smallville is going to jail for 3 years for being a cult sex leader?
No, I didn't hear that.
One of the actresses on Smallville. Did you ever watch Smallville?
I saw an episode. I actually heard it's like really good and that I would actually like it.
So good, Spread.
Yeah.
It's so good. I love that show.
They said it's not just like a teenage show that like is for all ages.
Yeah, if you're a diehard comic book kid, you'll love Smallville. Yeah, but apparently she's going to jail for 3 years for being one of the leaders of like a sex cult.
I'll have to look that up. So you know what I'm watching right now? It's on Showtime. It's called City on a Hill. I'm about halfway through the first season.
Kevin Bacon?
Yeah, have you seen it?
I watched the first season.
Yeah, so I'm about halfway through the first season. What'd you think?
It's not. I don't think it's bad. It's not bad.
I think it's pretty good. I thought it was pretty compelling. Like they do a lot of stuff to get you like emotionally invested.
Right. Last night I started watching season 4 of The Handmaid's Tale came out.
Okay, yeah, I got to get into that one too. And I want to watch this Mayor of Eastwood that everyone's talking about.
I watched it. You know me, I'm Mr. TV guy, and it was okay.
Just okay. Because I mean, talk about FOMO, like the way people talk about it online, you think it's like.
Let me tell you something. With the amount of shows that you have to watch over the last year that me and you have talked about,
Yeah.
It's low on that list.
Oh, okay. Cool. Then I won't know.
Go ahead, Bogdan.
Yeah, Hefe's talking about some Bucks live unders. Yeah, we'll look into that, Hefe. Let's see what this lead is at half.
I'll have right now. Points wise. Can't be much. I mean, they have 33 points. 4, 3, and 4. Yeah, I agree, Hefe. Nothing special there. So I'm excited about season 4 of The Handmaid's Tale, though. Love that show.
Is that HBO too?
Hulu.
Okay.
I can't wait for the next season of Ozark. Have you watched Ozark?
Is that the one where he's got like the drug money and he's down in by the
Ozark?
Yeah. I've seen the first season, I think.
The Jason Bateman vehicle.
Yeah, Do I need to go ahead and catch up on it? Is it get pretty good?
Are you fucking kidding me, Spread? Now that's what you have. Forget about the mayor of Easttown. I mean, get out of here with that.
Catch up on Ozarks? Okay.
Yes. Season 2 and 3 are phenomenal.
That first season was like stressing me out. Like I was like getting stressed out watching it. They do a good job of making you invested in the characters.
Yeah, it's good. Let's fucking go, Ronnie Lofton. Ozarks is life. Yeah, Ozarks is the shit. Ron, did you were you on Kyle Busch on Sunday, Ron? I know you kind of do your own thing when it comes to NASCAR. I forgot that.
Yeah, he's always in the chat rooting for the drivers we don't have.
Always, but yeah. Does not matter at all that with the amount of units that we made on Sunday. Yeah. Ron's firing.
Yeah, he's in there. Yeah, Joey Logano, right? All the guys we don't like.
He doesn't care what we bet. Good old Ronnie Lofton. That's why I respect him, though. Animal Kingdom. Yeah, I watched like the first 3 seasons of Animal Kingdom. And then I don't know. I just kind of like.
Is that the TNT one?
Yeah.
The commercials always like drag me in, but then it's like I've been burned on TNT shows before. So like it's hard for me to get into it.
Yeah, that's the TNT one. Brooke Lopez with 14, huh? Holy Christ. Do you think this continues, Spread? His number's 21.5. I think he gets 8 points in the second half.
Yeah, I don't see why they want to keep feeding him.
That's a big rebound. Oh, my God, Collins, that didn't go in. That would have been big for them. That's a 6-point swing. Lopez with 16 now. We should have jumped on.
Yeah. Are you guys getting all the books in September, Ron? Nice. Collins gets that one to drop, though. Yeah, Hefe, they're keeping this close enough to where I don't think the Bucks unders are going to be as viable as we thought. Bryn Forbes. If he's not making it, he doesn't do a lot for this team.
Go ahead, Capella. What was the closing total?
212.5. There you go, Ron.
Yeah, it's got to be somewhere around there. 215, 260, 216.
Capella with another board there. It's nice to see him get up in those stats.
Let's go. Capella double.
There we go. Holiday with the steal off Lou. Oh, they fouled him in transition. Is Giannis on the bench or is he not in the arena? Have you seen any video of him? I haven't seen him on the TV at all.
Neither have I.
I wonder.
What were your thoughts on Stephen A. saying that the Clippers?
And right as I say that, they show Giannis on the sideline.
Did they really?
Yeah, so he is there. He's on the bench with his guys. What did Stephen A. say?
About them possibly getting rid of Kawhi.
Oh, he's just trying to get ratings. That doesn't make any sense at all. Because it's like they're already pretty close to the tax, so it's like they can go over if they re-sign him, and then they just pay the luxury tax, but they're still capped off. So if it's not like a bird's right situation, they can't go over the cap. It's why the Warriors ended up trading Kevin Durant and got D'Angelo Russell just to keep that cap space active. So, yeah, I mean, I think he's just trying to get viewers. I think they really struggle when the big markets aren't in there. I think the NBA ratings are fine, but I think those shows suffer, and I think that's why they root for them, the big markets, so much. I think so, Cade. I think both of them can win against the Suns.
I think we got a good shot to get both these props home.
Yeah, I like where we're at right now too.
Capella's got 5 and 6.
Yeah. And this game's going to stay close now. I mean, I think all these guys are going to get big minutes. So, Hawks aren't going away quietly. They're not just disappearing here.
Yeah, I agree. Couple stops and a couple Kayvon Herter threes, and it's a 5-point game.
Yeah. Yeah, Whack, they're definitely not out of it. Holding the Bucks ticket, I'd definitely like to see them pull away a little more here. I don't want to keep this close.
Middleton has 7 boards right now, and his number is 11 and a half for the game. I don't hate that. I don't hate Gallinari to score another 6 points in the second half either.
No.
His number is 15 and a half. Here's our guy.
Hey, Gavin.
Fresh off the 18-1 college baseball future cash on Mississippi State. What's going on, Gavin?
What's going on, guys? How we doing?
Just hanging
Doing
out.
good.
Money.
Yeah, what a wild series spread. So, even when you get to 18 to 22-year-old baseball, you still lose games by just putting people on base for free.
Yeah.
It extends beyond just the age that your little one's playing at.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been doing that long toss. I think even my arm's getting stronger.
Oh.
I keep throwing it over his head on accident. I feel bad. He's chasing all the balls.
And then one day you're going to wake up and you're going to be like, oh, my God. I ran into a bus shoulder first.
Yeah.
You have an MMA withdrawal this week?
A little bit, man.
At least we have NASCAR, bro.
Gavin, how did you make a play on next week's main event yet?
I went over 1.5 for minus 150. When did we do that, Keg? It was like last week sometime or something like that.
Yep. I think we got a better number though. I think I got like minus 138.
I think I'm at 50. It's at 75 right now, so you got a little bit of CLV regardless. But
I'm almost shocked actually that the number is moving away from Gilbert Burns. I can't believe he's not taking money.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know really what to make of that fight, man.
Whatever you make of it, he shouldn't be plus 150 against anybody in that division other than Usman.
Yeah, on DSI, Steve Wonderboy is minus 165.
Yeah, you can get him plus 150 now, Burns. I just don't understand it. And I can't believe Nico Price isn't taking money.
He's taking a little bit on DSI.
I still see him at plus 140. You got any action tonight in MLB?
No, I'm going to have to get back into the swing of it now. I have no choice. No more amateur sports to bet on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve had quite the month. Jeez. You guys made a little money at Run Pure this month, eh?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yes, we did, good sir. It's kind of a tough name to live up to, bro. You can't not Run Pure when you work at Run Pure.
Tucker hits again.
Did you end up getting that Irish whiskey or what, bro?
I haven't yet. Don't worry. We got
What
a
are you
whole
gonna get
in front of us. Yellow Spot.
Oh, okay.
He went to go buy Irish whiskey last weekend, Spread.
Uh-huh.
And an 80-year-old woman in front of him took the last 4 bottles.
4 bottles, huh?
4 bottles.
Like,
well,
you're laying juice if you're betting that she dies before she finishes those 4 bottles.
Yeah.
She had the goddamn nerve, that lady.
This is a great finish to the half here for Bucks backers. And a great finish for us as well as Bogdanovich gets another basket with but he got doubled there off the steal. Give it back to him.
He's got 13. We need 5 to cash that in a second.
Yeah, I'm like, and he's gonna get
I'll tell you what,
a lot of attempts.
I'll tell you what. I might hit it again.
What is it live right now?
21. He's not good for another 8.
Yeah, he is with the amount of attempts he's going to get, especially with this staying close. You know, it's a 12-point game right now. If Collins hits this, which he does, what an ending of this half for both teams actually, but for the Hawks to actually kind of mitigate that run.
They got everything I'm saying, bro, is cashing.
Yeah.
He's got 4 3-pointers already spread, and his live number is 6.5. If he hits that, you're automatically going over the double dip on the Bogdan prop.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. I'm hitting it again, spread.
Let's do it.
I'm hitting it again at 21.5.
I'm pulling up the second half lines right now. They are
Fuck.
not up.
Good joke.
Give me a second.
I said Middleton 11.5 rebounds. That doesn't look bad. He ends the half with 9.
Yeah.
Now his number's like 13.5. Fuck, man. Why don't I just pull the trigger when I talk about these bets? Yep, definitely getting the double D on Bogdanovich.
Wow, Hawks are only -1 here for the second half. I thought it would be higher. The books don't believe they come back. They think the Bucks blow them out. That's interesting. Totals 104.5. So they're pretty much correlating that with the live number. I mean, with the pregame number. I'm surprised. I thought it'd be a little higher.
I'm pulling the raw feed off Hefe off of Bet365. Unless these numbers I'm seeing are wrong. Oh, they just changed them, Hefe. Now they're 8 and 3. There must have been mistakes.
Yeah.
Either way, I think he's going to go. I think he's good for 8 points in the second half.
I also like the second half over at 104.5.
You want to throw that at the bottom?
Yeah, let's do that. This is a question for Gavin. Do you have any eyes on the Padres? Sumner's asking about them live at +228.
I'm not watching the Padres game right now.
All right. What do you have on? Any good baseball?
No, I literally just closed the work laptop not 6 minutes ago, so I'm trying to deliberate, see what I'm going to get to right here.
All right.
DeGrom, I heard DeGrom gave up 3 runs in the first. Imagine.
Wow, he's human.
He's human. I don't know what to make of this Brooke Lopez first half. What do you think, Spread? Do you think is this one of those games where he has 16 in the first half and like 4 in the second half?
No, I think they'll still keep going to him.
I mean, his number is 23.5 at +120. At +120. What's he need? 8? He needs 8 in the second half to get over that. How much of the first half did he play?
Lopez played
16 minutes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty indicative. He'll probably finish out between 30 and 33.
So you think 23.5 at +120 is worth pulling the trigger on?
Yeah.
Fucking Spread. So decisive. God damn it.
Hopefully Sumner hit that because he put in the chat that Padres just hit a homer right after he said the live 228.
Mets +600 going in, Sumner? Don't get me amped up. I'll bet it right now on general principle. It's the Mets.
Yeah, it's a +600 too. I mean,
the ground 14 strikeouts, huh? Jesus. Yeah, so I guess I'm going to hit those props, those two props.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hit Bogdanovich again at 21.5 and Lopez at 23.5. Bubba Wallace guy, you better settle down over there.
All right, I'll be right back.
You do you, buddy. Okay, I'll hold down the fort. Bubba Wallace guy coming with the heat. The Mets are garbage. Last time I checked, the Mets are winning the NL East. So why don't you settle down? How about that? Does anybody have a live number on Lopez of under 23.5? Like 22.5? Because I think I'd rather take the 22.5 at even money or minus 105 rather than take them at 23.5 plus 120. Oh, Christ. Lou Williams is really streaky, though. That's the only problem when you're trying to. You usually know early in the night if you're going to hit a Lou Williams prop or you're not. Because if he's hot, he'll go 7 for 9 from 3 and just blow the number out of the water. If he's not hot, there's a better chance you don't hit that prop than any other player that starts out missing. Sumner, you really got me betting money on the Mets down a run when Acuna steps to the mound. Really, bro? I mean, that's not what I wanted to see. We're going to start July off right this weekend, boys. We're going to make some NASCAR loot. I'm excited.
Yeah, hey, what's our schedule looking like this weekend? Because shit, NASCAR might be the only thing that I have to make money on.
Look at you! Look at you asking me about the schedule. You're the most employed non-employee that Run Pure Sports has.
You know, you just let me know. I might even just look in the chat and just pick off your winners.
I could tell you. I could tell you right now.
I just got back. Yeah, Lou Williams will play starter minutes there. Hefe.
So the schedule is going to be this, Gav. Saturday at 2:00, I'll be live for the Xfinity Series NASCAR race, right? After that's done, I'm going to take a couple hours off, have a second show, come back with Spread to do the game 6 of the Bucks and Hawks, which will probably be about 8:00. And then Sunday, the Cup Series NASCAR, I'll be on at 2:00 in the afternoon. So basically like 2:30 on Saturday and 8:00 on Saturday, and then 2:30 on Sunday.
Both of those Saturday shows are right in the middle of my Saturday drinking hours. How convenient.
I mean, I try to accommodate you, bro. You know what I mean? That's why I'm here.
Yeah, Saturdays you have a couple cups of coffee to shake off the cobwebs from the night before, and you just have the immediate progression from coffee to beer, and you just go from there.
Yup. I have not bought wine yet, but the ceramic will be out on Saturday. It's gonna be a nice long show. It's gonna be fantastic. Ramon said it's July 4th weekend. I think we could find some sports to wager on. Yeah, I'll try to get. We'll have Gavin actually, so we'll have baseball covered. But I'll see if we can. I'll reach out to Joey. I'll reach out to Steve. Also, see if any of them are free and want to come and hang out on Saturday night for baseball games as well. Coop, I don't think Coop will be on the whole weekend. Sunday, I'll probably be solo in that early show. Oh, actually, Sunday there's only one show. So yeah, unless somebody wants to come and hang out, I'll be alone on Sunday. But I did get good news from Holden. Holden told me that he's only going to be doing Sports Grid basically on Sundays. So he's going to be around now to hang out on the live shows during the week. So that's cool. Kushner will be back in the mix. Who am I liking, Elliott or Truex? I'm not sure yet. Here's what I'll say. Historically, Kyle Larson hasn't been phenomenal on road courses, okay? Nowhere near what Chase Elliott has been. But that car is so good this year that it doesn't matter. We saw him win a road course this year. We got on him at plus 600 because the car was so good in the beginning of the race that we rode it out. Could that happen at Road America on Sunday? It could. That car could just be too good. So I am not sure who I'm on yet. I still have some work to do. The good news is we have practice sessions, though. It's one of the 8 races this year on the schedule where there will be practice and there will be qualifying. So we will have a pretty good idea looking at those consecutive lap average times of who is going to be good early in that race. Anybody that knows me knows on a road course, I tend to bet stage 1. Depending on what the grid looks like. So if the grid is solid, I'll probably make a stage 1 bet. Who do I think are going to be the best cars at Road America based on this year? I think that Byron is going to probably qualify in the top 5. Chase and Larson probably qualify in the top 5, or at least somewhere around there. Kyle and Truex might qualify somewhere in the later the back half of the top 10. So, but we'll make our money, boys. We crushed road courses this year. Absolutely crushed it. We hit the 50-1 with Chris Bell. We hit the 6-1 on Larson. So I'm excited. Kyle Busch is in the Xfinity race. He's plus 170 to win the race on Saturday, which is fair. And there's a good shot I'll be on him. as a starting point. I think Austin Cindric and Ty Gibbs are live, maybe Allmendinger. But Kyle has been so good in the X Series this year that he's going to be tough to beat Saturday afternoon. Real tough. Spread, what are your thoughts on Chauncey getting the Trailblazers gig?
Yeah, that's been the loaded question, right? And it just seems that, unfortunately for him, that's probably the worst fan base for him to go in there with those allegations because, I mean, Jason Kidd has similar issues surrounding him, and he got hired in Dallas without a peep. And I think it has to do with the fan bases.
What allegations?
Chauncey Billups had rape allegations against him in 1997, and Jason Kidd was convicted for domestic violence in early 2000s. I can't remember the year.
Was Chauncey exonerated?
I think he lost a civil case, but there was no criminal charges. So that issue, I think, is going to make it rough. But once that dies down, I think he's going to be a great coach. He's done well leading the defense for the Clippers and what he's doing so far. And obviously, he has the respect and of the players. So the allegations make it tough to comment on. But simply from a basketball perspective, I think he's going to be a good coach for that team, especially with how weak they were on the defensive end last year. It'll be interesting to see how that team goes, though. I think that they're very unlikely to come back with the same players. I think that C.J. McCollum will almost surely get traded in the offseason, and I'd be surprised if Nurkic is back as well. So that could be also a completely different team there. And Bogdanovich just got another one for us.
Spread, we're cashing these tickets, Spread.
I love it.
We're cashing it. Bogdanovich is good for 9 in the second half. Touch them all. That's how I see it.
Holiday's playing well, too.
What are your thoughts on Cosby getting released on a fucking technicality?
I only saw that because I saw Felicia Rashad tweet about it, and then she got dragged for it.
Bro,
so I didn't know anything about it, really, though.
Could you write a script better than that? That is absurd.
What was the technicality?
Apparently, like, I could be wrong, but he went in years ago in a civil case and had a deposition, and in that deposition he signed immunity on all charges involving the civil suit, and nobody found out about it, or it was lost, and then it was found. So it was like they couldn't arrest him because he had immunity, like years prior. Yeah, I think I could be wrong, but I think that was the gist of it from the article that I read. Let's go, Bogdan. Wow, 7-point game. Here come the Hawks.
Yeah.
Keg just wanted to walk into the fire, hey, Spread, what do you think about Chauncey? Hey, what do you think about Bill Cosby? Any other hot button shit we got to get on? Like,
listen, Gab.
Yeah, please solve the Israeli-Palestine conflict.
Yeah. Listen, they've only been fighting for a couple minutes, I got the silver bullet to fix it.
This show is not only about the gambling; it's a pop culture experience when you watch this show. Okay.
Does that make you a pop culture icon, Keg?
I'll tell you what, bro. If they were giving out awards for this industry, I'd be on Mount Rushmore. I'll tell you that. Spread and I were doing this with fucking microphones when people didn't even know what a live betting show was.
Yeah. Or Mikey even had a license.
Mikey might not have had a license.
Did he already go to bed to make sure that he gets a Up
No,
he has company tonight.
He's pumping JWoww right now. Yeah.
JWoww.
Well, that's what I call his girlfriends. I say they're either Snookies or JWowws, depending on the quality.
Hey, you know what? Some guys might like JWoww and Snooki, but to each their own. Thank God there's many fish in the sea.
Yeah. I think this is an important time for Milwaukee right here. They can really, put an exclamation point on here and take control of this game. But if they continue to let the Hawks hang around, they're going to be in big danger.
Do you think watching Jersey Shore for more than 5 minutes at a time causes long-term brain damage?
Bro, that happened it all happened about an hour away from me. You cannot believe on the Seaside Boardwalk, the craze. It was like the Beatles walking down the boardwalk.
That was right before social media, though, right? I mean, that was kind of like the heyday of reality TV, right? It was like the final gas for television as everything switched towards being the internet. Yeah.
It was nuts. It was like the Beatles walking down the boardwalk. Here goes Lopez. Man, if you watch this show and bet everything that came out of Spread and Mine's mouth, you are going to bank tonight.
Lopez putting that Stanford education to good use. Gavin, did you watch a lot of USC basketball this year?
Yep.
How do you think Evan Mobley translates? Because I've been listening to some of the podcasts because I don't watch that much college, so I'm just relying on what other people say. And I would say of the top 4 picks, that has the most variance in what people's projection from him. Like, some people think he's an absolute star. Other people think that he's going to have some issues. Like, I know this isn't your field of expertise, but just as someone who watched him a lot this year, do you have high hopes for him in the NBA?
It's hard not to, because his absolute floor is elite defensive stopper with athleticism to guard on the perimeter and switch 3 through 5, no problem. Potentially be able to switch 2 through 5 on some teams, while still being an elite rim protector. And that's his absolute floor if his offensive game doesn't produce at all. He was pretty polished on the offensive end. Like, for a kid who's 7 feet tall and 19 years old, the easiest comparison was Anthony Davis at Kentucky. Elite floor or elite defender with I would call a somewhat raw offensive game in some senses, but really polished in terms of his technique. He's really sound. He's got good footwork, so he doesn't put himself in bad positions. I think it's a really low floor pick. I have a hard time seeing him bust short of injury, and maybe the offensive game doesn't blossom like people think. But if he's 8, 10, and 2 a game, 3 a game, I don't know what's good for the NBA block wise, but he will take that.
Some of the guys that I watched that liked Wiseman last year just said he's one step above Wiseman in every category, at least as a prospect.
I mean, the other thing is we didn't see shit from Wiseman on the college teams. He was a shot in the dark regardless.
What did he get, 3 games?
Yeah.
Did you see that Penny Hardaway's grabbing Larry Brown to go sit on the bench with him?
Is he really?
Oh, yeah.
Man. He actually turned a corner. I was super skeptical on Penny last year, and kind of midway through the year, they started playing much better.
Yeah.
To the point
he was
where
pretty much teaching himself on the job, right?
Yeah.
Spread, did you bet Lopez?
I can't bet live, so no, I didn't get that one. I don't get the player props, but I got the over that we got, and I have the pregame play, so I'm on Bogdanovic and the Capella double-double.
Let's go. Lopez, I might hit him again His number's 25.5. He's got 21. Like, who's setting these lines right now?
On that one, though,
I mean,
we know he's going to play 32. He's at 23 right now, so that's 9 more. He's probably going to come out at the next break. That would be my only issue there.
Does he have a minute restriction? Like they won't push him past?
No, that's just how they run it all year. Bud doesn't like to play his guys more than 30 minutes, and this is the first year he started playing his stars 40 minutes in the playoffs. So
I got
he's definitely not going to push his role players.
For Lopez,
what do you have?
26.5 minus 111.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. But the problem, Spread, how do you quantify that against the fact that Giannis isn't playing tonight?
And that's why I thought the props were tough today, because we have such a limited sample size. Like I pulled up the games without Giannis, right? There was 11 total, but 3 of those games they sat everybody, and they were like complete rest days. So like Middleton and Holiday didn't play either, right? So it was just completely backup games or Bud punting on them. So really, we only had 8 games of sample size without him in there. But I did bring it up today. He averaged 15 points a game in the 11 games that Giannis missed. Averaged 28.7 in those 9 games. Holiday was at 20 points per game. Middleton at 22. Bobby Portis was another beneficiary as well, averaging 15 points when Giannis was out.
Bogdan is going to keep shooting those threes too, man. Down 14. I don't know how that prop doesn't cash. Both of them.
What's he at point wise right now?
He's got 16.
23.5?
22.5 at plus 110 is what I see. So that's a bad number.
Yeah. This is the only place I get live player props.
But he's going to shoot a shit ton of threes if this lead continues to build.
Okie jumped in on Hawks third quarter money line.
Lopez 23. Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Let's go, Brooke. Have a day.
Yeah, I mean,
why would he come out, Spread?
And that role without Capella in there, they just don't have the size to match up with him. I'm really surprised that McMillan isn't completely mirroring Lopez and Capella minutes here. As we see Lopez get a bit away with a little bit of foul, but it didn't matter. But he might have got popped there as Okongwu had nice offensive rebounding positions for him.
Brooks going for 30.
Well, Hefe, I think the answer is Capella, but that's why I'm saying we're going to load up on these minutes where he's out. Because Okongwu looks like, and you watched him last year, right, Gav? I mean, he's not a legit 7-footer, right? Oh, Gav actually left. I'll ask him when he gets back because I think if I'm right, he played down at USC as well.
Yeah, Viral. We were on Tampa in games 1 and 2. We gave them out on the sheet. I don't know, man. Here's the thing: they had no business winning that game last night. Let's be honest. They were severely outplayed in the second and third period of that game. The only reason why they won that game is because Vasilevsky had one of the great fucking games that I've seen in goal the entire Stanley Cup playoffs. I think Montreal's good for a game, maybe 2. I don't know if I could bet them going back home in game 1 down 0-2. I've been thinking about that all day because we were on Tampa in game 1 and 2. They had no business winning that game. None. What do I think about Yana Kunitskaya? I think she's live.
I was actually going to ask you the same exact thing.
I think she's live, bro. She's big, and she's tough, and she's going to try to just get that fight against the cage and grind her out. I think that's a tougher fight than people realize.
Yeah, part of me thinks they threw Aldana to the wolves with Holly Holm last time out. She was definitely not ready for that.
And you know, Aldana, her game is to be in space, right? In order for her to thrive, she has to be in space, open space. Yana Kunitskaya is going to grab her and either take her down or pin her up against the cage every second she can. I don't know. Tough fight, I think. I thought they would have gave Aldana a little bit of a break off that last fight.
Dude, what do you think about? Do you think there's a language barrier with Yana and Thiago Santos?
What a weird question. I honestly have no idea, bro. I have no idea.
I love Thiago. So like I've just thought about it. I'm like, how the hell do him and Yana speak to one another? If not through two forms of kind of broken English, like, oh man, that's love right there. Just bound by the love of punching people in the face.
You know what a bad break it would be for Sean O'Malley if he goes from fighting Smoka and to Ricky Simone, bro. I mean, that kid is a junkyard dog.
I thought he would have been good because it would have been on short notice for Ricky, who's he's got to cut some weight for sure, and being a cardio reliant guy who's going to want to take down multiple times, the short notice was going to be tough for him.
I just think that Luis Smoka is a much easier fight for Sean O'Malley than having to fight that little fucking Tasmanian devil. I mean, that kid is a tough out against anybody. Like, how is Sean O'Malley going to stop him from grabbing him and just picking him up and dropping him on his head?
Yeah, no question. It would be the question of whether he won or lost the fight is whether he could stuff the takedowns of Simone.
100%.
That flagrant foul there was huge. That's really a tough one, and I understand with the Kawhi injury a couple years ago. But for a team that's fighting to stay alive, so do you remember when Zaza stepped under Kawhi's foot and injured him? And I think this is 2017.
Oh yeah,
and so they said you have to leave the landing space. You can't jump into the player's landing space. So now if you jump into the player's landing space, then it's a flagrant foul. But it was also 3 shots because he did it on a 3. And let's see. I wonder what this replay they're showing here is.
I think you could put it on the board at plus 120. That's what I think.
Let's go. Yeah, and just I don't want to switch the subject too much, but I got to talk about what Viral's saying here. Coco, I hadn't never backed her before, but this is a weakened field, and she's improved so much. I actually do think she is. This is the first tournament that she's ever entered that I've considered her outright that's a Grand Slam and not one of those little 250s.
I think that Lopez is scoring 30 tonight. That's what I think. He's at 24, and his number's 28.5. I think we should have grabbed the 25.5. We should have grabbed the 26.5. I think that kid's good. I think they're just not going to stop giving him the ball whenever he's in. Spread likes Kerber, right? You made me better.
Yeah, Kerber's one that I left out on there, Kenny. But yeah, she plays great. She likes playing lower, so the grass does really well for her game. She's comfortable here. She played good going into the lead up in Bad Homburg, and you can't deny her chances here either. So I think you got a good one there, Kenny.
Stevie, are you coming in this chat? to blow yourself about a strikeout prop that I couldn't get on because I got it too late. Don't you dare.
Steve, jump on with us.
The Mets tied it. Where's Sumner?
Even if you come in live from Wrigley Field, Steve.
Where's Sumner at? Let's go, Sumner. The Mets tied it at plus 600. Let's have a fucking day. Steve said, yes, I am.
Oh.
Yes, sir. Yes,
yes, he's coming on, or yes, he's at Wrigley.
I think it's yes, I'm blowing myself about that.
Okay. Point. Well, we'll give him an official Travis Mangone for that. He loves to jump in after he hits his sheet plays.
Yeah, I'll give you the invite if you want it. Just let me know, Steve. Would you still play Lopez?
No, I think that we got enough of it.
Yeah.
Because he's going to hit the bench here at some point. So we're losing all those minutes. We're probably, he's probably going to sit from the end of the third and the start of the fourth.
Did Gavin get the victory lap about the Mississippi State future? Clearly, you didn't watch my introduction.
One blind squirrel. Huh? What are you gonna say?
A blind squirrel catches a nut every now and then.
I just picked a name out of a hat.
We're talking about Mikey's date tonight.
World Series winner. It's crazy.
Bro, that's a great hit at 18-1. It's phenomenal. So, who do you think wins the tournament now spread? Is everybody still in that you liked?
Of the ones I sent you, only Belinda got eliminated. Let me pull up the draw right now and see how everything shook out today.
Mikey's been sleeping for 2 hours now. Yeah, 100%, Kenny. 100% Mikey's been sleeping for 2 hours.
Steve, Kentucky is still 16-1 to win it all next year.
I think Spread gave me that name too, Dexter.
Yeah, I like Owens. I think she's got a nice quarter. Yeah, but Tom, that's because they're moving him out. Because so on offense, right? He's standing in the corner because he actually shoots threes better than some of these other guys. So he's been in the corner on offense, right? So he's not getting the offensive rebounds, and then he's been hunted in the pick and roll, which means they're pulling him out to the perimeter. So sometimes, I mean, that's like a matchup deal, and they just, since they are attacking him, that's why the other guys are getting it. It's a credit to him that he's been doing good on defense, that those rebounds are available, though. Lou's got 12, 6 of 10 in 25 minutes. Another good performance from him. I still can't believe. I thought that trade was even at the time. It was obviously a great trade here for the Hawks, and not so much for. Why am I not able to see my bracket? Why did they switch this? Okay, where I usually watch. I don't like this. They switched it on me. All right, we got a different site.
I feel like I haven't seen Clint Capella in a year and a half.
Yeah, and I think that's why Lopez has been so effective. I'm surprised that McMillan's letting them get away with that. I almost think that they're punting this game, though.
Steve, get your ass on. I have a college basketball future I'm about to bet.
He's got 6-6 right now, spread.
Yeah.
That's not looking great. Well, if we can get both these Bogdan props home, I'll be happy. That'll be a great night. And the second half over. Brooks coming back in. Let's go. Here we go now. Here we go now.
I wonder if Capella has some issue with his eye because Okongwu's still out there. He fouled him on that play, but they didn't call it. Easy pass ahead to Portis. Great play by Herter.
I think it's a 30-point night for Brooks. That's what I think.
I'm going to jump on Twitter real quick. I got to try and get some information here on why Capella's not getting minutes. Let me go to like Fantasy Labs or something. See if there's any news because this doesn't make sense.
20 minutes is cool, Steve. But we're still in the third quarter.
Yeah, nothing on him there. Let me check my normal guys.
I mean, you can't grab the kid's jersey. I mean, what do you do?
Has anyone in the chat seen anything about Capella's minutes? I'm on Twitter right now. It just seems like he's just not playing him. Did you see the final countdown today with JSU?
No.
Okay. I'm just wondering if they maybe had some insight on Brooke, Tuttle, and on Capella.
Who hit that shot?
It was Herter, right? Yeah. 3 fouls, but there's 2 minutes to go in the third. Yeah, maybe they're just saving it for the whole fourth quarter run, Dexter.
That's crazy, though, man.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me, especially as the game's kind of slipping away from them, and it's slipping away simply because of the Lopez matchup.
Yeah, totally agree.
Sumner, are you in our chat talking about Pablo Sandoval? They loved him so much up here in Northern California when he was popular.
Good old Sandy.
Yeah.
I'll be tilted if Bogdanovich finishes with 16. That'll tilt me out.
Good. We still got like 14 minutes of gameplay left.
Holiday's got 22, so he actually still can get 30 in this game. How is our second half over looking?
Good question. We are at 42 right now, so right on pace. Nothing, not extremely over, not extremely under. I guess the fact that it's not close doesn't help. And we're probably not getting any fouls there at the end, but still. Okie didn't like those Giants fans wearing the fan hands. Yeah, that was wild. Portis on Okongwu. That they like that shot a lot better. And that's another one they should have got. I would rather have Lopez working against Gallinari there than Portis on Okongwu. We'll see how that continues to turn out here. Bryn Forbes on Herder, not the best matchup. Man, he finds Okongwu with an easy one.
9-point game. They're still hanging in range.
Yeah.
Dude, you mentioned Okongwu, so compare Evan Mobley to Okongwu, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okongwu is way more like I wouldn't even say way, but a little bit more twitchy, explosive, kind of athletic.
Mm-hmm.
Mobley has much better kind of sound technique and footwork, and is a much more lethal and reliable threat on the offensive end. And he's every bit the defender, if not better defender than Okongwu was. I mean,
right.
Mobley almost averaged like 4 blocks a game in college, which is just ridiculous. So, yeah, Okongwu, man, he was good, but he was nothing like Evan Mobley. That was just a different kind of tier of prospect, two-way guy.
Yeah, I mean, Okongwu's definitely come on in the second half of the season. You can see that he's so raw and all talent because his minutes were really painful at the beginning of the year. He was getting picked on, couldn't do a lot, and now he's come in and been a difference maker. And even I don't know if they get through that Philly series without him. His minute, even though he wasn't playing a ton of minutes, they were key. And his ability to basically beat Dwight Howard, a former All-Star, really was big there.
Right? Yeah, he's only like 6'8".
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he looks to me like 6'9", 6'10". You look at Lopez, and he's towering over him right now next to him. And Lopez is a legit 7-footer, though. I mean, he's not.
Yeah, like Okongwu, you were never drafting him going, like if he develops a jump shot, he's going to be really good. You weren't even like planning or projecting for that. With Evan Mobley, you're basically saying, can we get a legitimate 3-point threat in addition to being one of the top 5 to 10 interior defenders?
Right. Who can create off the dribble, like almost like Giannis, right? Not like
you get some big moves, but center, 100%. He can create off the dribble. He's not as quick and doesn't handle as well as Giannis, but he can do it a little bit.
Yeah, and we'll see though, because Giannis couldn't really handle very well when he came in the league at 19 either.
Yeah,
so
18. Yeah,
that's what's rough about these guys is really 3 years before they're really ready. It's a big basket there for middle.
I couldn't imagine playing professional sports at that age. Dude, that was such a fucking dumbass at that age. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, it just sucks because it's not like the NFL where they're physically not ready, but mentally they're not ready in so many ways. And the thing that I don't like is that I think that college taught these kids how to win. A lot of them come in, they dominate AAU, but they don't really learn the fundamentals of like how to win a basketball game. Then they go to college for a year where the results don't really matter because they're going first round no matter what, lottery no matter what. And I think that's the difference between the draft picks now and the draft picks then. It takes them 2 or 3 years to even get into it. And then if you go to a bad situation, you never learn. Like Marvin Bagley's very unpopular here, but I kind of feel that if he went to a better situation, he would have been a lot better.
Yeah, the Kings, boy, they are quite the dumpster fire.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible. Bucks up by 13 going into the fourth. So basically, they've got it close enough to where for your DFS and for your player props, this game is close enough to where they're not going to go to the reserves here. But it's pretty comfortable Bucks lead here that they could end up pulling off a wire-to-wire victory. So.
Tim Donaghy derailed the Kings franchise.
Yeah, that was a tough time down here, Okie.
Fathead has just been banking units on these fourth quarter unders like every single time.
Yeah.
Fathead, are you taking that fourth quarter under? I would think you are.
Yeah, Jack, I don't know. USC basketball, man. Oh, boy. I'm not a big fan of the coach, Andy Enfield. The best thing, or maybe the only thing that he brings to the table is the hottest wife of any college basketball coach in the nation.
Really? I'm gonna have to look that up.
Other than that, I don't know if he's really got it. And they had Mobley. Isaiah Mobley, his brother, might not even come back. Next season, Pac-10 is going to be awful next year.
What happened to UCLA? Are they still a big thing in the town, Gavin?
For basketball?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I grew up as a UCLA basketball guy, like when Ben Howland was the coach with like Flacco and Jordan Farmar, and
they'd always do terrible all season, and they make a run in the tourney.
Yep.
Yeah. Cecil, are you asking me if you think that Milwaukee will win the game by 13 or more? Probably. Really, Derek? All right. Well, you'll have to message me next year. They were an interesting team to read. I mean, other than like 2 little 8-game winning streaks, they were absolutely terrible and pretty easy to fade because not only did they lose, they didn't cover that often either. But then they went on those 2 winning streaks where if you caught them early, you could ride them pretty well. Oh, wow, Okie. And, well, you got a better future than I'd say the Kings do with all those draft picks, huh? Too bad you didn't jump in the top 4 there with that Rockets pick, but 5 and 8 still not bad. So the Thunder are interesting position. Do they just say SGA is not even in our rebuild plan and dump him, or do they keep him and build around him? I would think they would go for the latter, but who knows? See this stat on the TV right now? Talk about for DFS and the props. The starters have scored 89 of 91 points for Milwaukee. Yeah, Derek, they were a nice over team at the beginning of the year, and then they kind of slowed down right at the end. I don't know. Okay, I thought you guys did a pretty good job of tanking there right at the end. Sumner, on your team total question, probably, but that's actually a pretty good number.
I mean, could we get the fucking ball in Bogdanovich's hands up? This fucking ginger. Christ.
There we go. Bryn Forbes is hitting. That's not going to be good for the Hawks. John Collins drops ones.
I actually have a shot to cash this ticket, 19 and a half at plus 230.
Yeah.
That would be
Middleton, nice. Gallinari working on Middleton down low. Wow, that was good defense by Middleton. Looks like they caught him on the foul there.
It would be really cool if they gave it to Bogdanovich, Spread.
Gavin, how's the USC community feeling about the football team's chances this year?
God. Hopefully better than last year, but we're also kind of half hoping that Clay Helton sucks and gets the hell out of here. We can get a real fucking coach.
Yeah. A catfish sub, huh, East? I don't think I've ever had one of those. Jonathan Nelson catches his Collins over.
Oh, dude, you never had like fried catfish? When I was down in Oklahoma, that shit was so popular. That is, if done right, that is good stuff, man.
Yeah, I think I've had it once. I've never had it like on a sandwich though.
Lopez is scoring 30. I can't. I should have been on him over 24 and a half, 26 and a half. I fucked that up.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we're gonna get Capella news after the game. I mean, I still haven't seen him in there. Did I miss him coming back in chat, or or has he just been out this whole time?
Gallo with the 3.
Good for the over. Yeah, I mean, Jonathan, I knew he's been out. I just thought that maybe he would come back at some point. Doesn't look like we'll get him again. And this team's defense really struggles without him out there. We saw it a little bit when the Jazz were missing Gobert. You have all these perimeter defenders that are so reliant on their big man to roll and protect the rim that they just choose the side rather than stay in front of their man. And then when they choose the side without the rim protection, it's just too easy for these guys to get inside. And it's obviously demonstrated by how well Lopez has been able to do tonight. Wow. I mean, if he's out for game 6, that could be big trouble for Atlanta. I'll bet you Title's having a great time tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Have they been in the finals yet?
Milwaukee?
Yeah.
I mean, like in 1971 or whatever.
With Giannis, no, right?
Oh, no. They made the Eastern Conference Finals in 2019, and that they lost to the Raptors when they were up 2-0. And then last year they lost to the Heat in the second round. And in 2018, can't remember who they lost to that year.
He was saying that seeing NBA draft props out.
I haven't seen any, but I haven't really looked that much. Why?
I'm looking at all my outs to see if they got any.
Do you think Mobley will go 2, or do you think that Houston will take Jalen Green?
I don't know. If I'm Houston, I'm probably just taking Jalen Green, like for a pure home run upside swing, like for how good he can be. I don't know.
Yeah.
But who knows what that front office thinks on a year-to-year basis. I more want to a player and like draft position over unders.
Yeah, the over unders are fun, especially if you can target a particular player for a team. If you're able to get a pretty nice mock going, those over unders can be killer. Yeah, I mean, I saw some discussions about that. Kenny, Tebow obviously would have been ridiculously popular. Barry Sanders is a great point. Bo Jackson, I think, would have been ridiculously popular. Deion Sanders, Reggie Bush, even.
Kevin Durant was a mob scene at Texas.
Was he really?
Yeah.
What's up, Martin?
What's up, Martin? Riggsy. This fucking herder, though, I mean, oh, he fucking aggravates me. Let's go, Bogdanovich. That's one spread. That's one. Cash it. Put it on the board.
There we go.
That's it. One more 3-ball, and you can touch them all.
Ooh, there we go, Pat. Yeah, 17 with 7 to go. It's going to be tough for Atlanta to overcome this. We're going to have an exciting Game 6 on Saturday night, Jay.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, man.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
I'm looking forward to it. And you know what else is going to be great? We're going to have that NASCAR money already rolling into the late show.
There we go. Yeah.
So, I mean, what's better than that? We're going to have a weekend spread. That's what we're going to do.
I think we're at 82 right now on the second half, so we need 23 more points.
It's about 4 points a minute. That's definitely doable in the NBA.
Yeah. A little worried there. We're not getting a little bump at the end, but I think we should still be able to get it.
How are we looking on the sheet tonight in baseball?
I know Joey hit the Astros team total over.
You love to see it.
Yeah, so that went well. Let me see what else he's got on there.
What's going on with the Rockies game? What's the score?
You gotta love those over 11s, right?
Yeah.
I like how everyone else on the seat is 0-0, and JJ's already 3-2. You gotta love it. Let me check this Rocky score. Do you have it pulled up, Gav, or do you want me to pull it up?
2-2.
Oh, okay.
What are we talking about?
The Rockies game.
Live total is 11.5, so Joey's good right now.
The only reason I used to watch the Rockies, it had 4 of our guys from one travel team on the exact same roster on the same team, all within like 18 months of each other, age-wise. And so I was like, all right, I'll check in. I can look at the Rockies and see how 4 of the boys are doing. Now Arenado's gone. Pounders is gone. I don't even think Chatwood's on the Rockies anymore. Who the hell is Boynton? Is he just plugging some Chipotle or what?
Imagine. He said, give me 20 minutes.
I can't believe it's taken him this long to get on. He just sent me a screenshot of his 3-0 baseball day. I'm surprised he's not jumping on and beating the chest.
I mean, he actually puts the winner symbol in our DM after he sends me a play, and like 5 minutes later, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna bet it now. I'm like, what team is that? And he's like, oh, the game started.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Fucking Boynton's in the chat though. He's here. Good old Stevie B. It could be worse, bro. He could be Mikey. I mean, Mikey just doesn't give a fuck. We won't see Mikey for 2 weeks.
I kind of respect, the fact that he's just like, yep, I'm going to bed. Fuck it. See you guys. Usually it takes you to maybe your late 20s to start to get those old man go to bed early vibes, but Mikey's on it.
Oh, my girl will not let me go. Will not let that go. She cannot believe how early I go to bed every night.
How early do you go to bed?
Usually, like on a normal night when the NBA is over, I watch one episode of whatever show that I'm like watching. So like tonight after the game, I'll probably watch. This one will finish a little earlier, but I usually go to bed around between 10 and 10:30.
Wow, that's early.
Yeah, like sometimes her kids stay up later than me.
I mean, spread. I'll probably go to bed tonight like 6 a.m.
Yeah,
brother. Ooh. You guys ever see is it Snowfall? The show about the crack epidemic in LA?
No, it's on my short list of shows to actually watch, but I've never seen it.
There's a couple shows that I'm debating starting, but it's like, when you're 4 or 5 seasons in, you're like, holy shit, I got to invest a healthy chunk to this thing, So
yeah.
You've come to the right place, my friend. I watch everything.
I don't want to hear no Handmaid's Tale shit, so knock that off.
All right, first of all, Handmaid's Tale is amazing, so let's start there.
It's a fucking show for empowering feminists. Just chill out over there.
Have you watched every episode of The Sopranos?
Yes.
Breaking Bad?
Yes. Long time ago, but yes.
I
just redid the entire Sopranos at the start of COVID, dude.
Yeah, so did I actually.
For mental therapy,
I've seen it probably 10 times, that show, every episode. But
the easiest way I describe that is for anybody who likes Entourage and hasn't seen Sopranos. Sopranos is literally an earlier stage Entourage with more hair on its balls.
What about another show from HBO that is almost as good as The Sopranos, Six Feet Under? Have you watched every episode of 6 Feet Under?
No, what's that about?
It's about this family that owns a funeral home and just the most fucked up shit. Bro, I got to tell you, bro, it's the best series finale that I've ever watched in my life. Like the last episode of the show was by far the best series finale I've ever seen. I'll tell you what, Six Feet Under is on my top 10 shows of all time. Now, Breaking Bad and The Sopranos are like 1 and 2, but I mean, 6 Feet Under is like bottom half of the top 10. It's really good.
I don't know. I don't get into any scary or dark shit. I don't understand the utility derived from having the piss scared out of you. It boggles my mind.
It's not that type of show. It's not like Scary Movie kind of show. You watch Weeds?
Oh yeah, that was a good one too, because that's one of those 30-minute ones.
Yeah, it was great. Weeds was great. You watch Dexter?
Yeah, a long time ago. I think of like the staples of my childhood were like 24 and Prison Break. You know, like all the way back then. I might even rewatch some of the old goodies.
Prison Break. I would rather get my fucking fingernails pulled out than watch Prison Break.
That was a good one.
What about Californication?
Yep.
Californication was a very underrated.
I think it's Snowfall.
What about The Wire?
Oh yeah, done that. Dude, those are like rite of passage shows, you know?
I agree, but I just got to make sure where you're at. You know what I mean?
Come on.
I got to see where you're at exactly once we start going into the programs. What about Ozark?
Now, see, this is another one that I'm behind on. I haven't seen past season 2.
Well, there's only one more. There's only three seasons.
I thought there was 4 for some reason. I was way behind. All right, well, that makes it easier.
I think we're waiting on season 4. I think season 4 will be the next season.
That's one season. That might get dusted by this weekend.
Yeah, I'm watching season 4 of The Handmaid's Tale tonight. Oh, you know what else I've been doing, Gav? I watched them all when they happened, but I went back and started with, because obviously UFC Fight Pass is the greatest thing ever. I started from The Ultimate Fighter season 1, and I'm up to like season 15, which was Dominic Reyes and Uriah Faber. I watched it's amazing how many superstars
just passed through.
Came out of those shows, yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy.
That's how you're filling the MMA void. Just
what?
That's how you're filling the MMA void. Just watching Ultimate Fighter.
Yep. I went back and rewatched every single UFC like a year and a half ago. I started with 1, and I watched every one of them. Even like UFC 17 and a half. Remember when they were they used to have Haas 17.5.
Yes. Oh my God.
Look at this guy.
This is why I'm late.
What do you
Gavin, your voice just made me inevitably delayed. Inevitably. I couldn't stop listening to it. It was so awful. It was like a train wreck. You just couldn't look away except for your ears. That's all I've got to say for tonight.
It's great to see you, Marjorie. Love you.
He says, great to see you too.
Marjorie, you have to share Steve. I mean, it's only right.
Her and her friends were getting ready to leave, which is why I was delayed. They just walked out.
We gave you SOPs for the next 3 hours while she's gone.
I'm so pissed. What? So if I was on, I wouldn't have had to put this Giants money line bet in the chat, the live money line, because they hit a bomb 2 pitches later. So there's no way that anyone else got in. It sucks.
Spread, we need 1 point to get that second Bogdanovich over.
Yeah,
Hefe brings up a good show, Gavin. Kingdom was great. I really enjoyed it. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it, but I enjoyed it.
Animal Kingdom?
No, Kingdom. It's the character in Kingdom is God. He's in so many movies. He's on he's one of the main Hydra bad guys in the Captain America movie. I can't think of his name, but he owns.
I haven't watched a superhero movie in 25 years.
He owns an MMA gym, and he's an MMA fighter turned trainer, and his two sons are MMA fighters. And I didn't think I was going to like it because of how hardcore MMA I am, but I actually enjoyed it. It was like 4 seasons, maybe. It was pretty good, man.
I'm seeing like a South Korean show called Kingdom. Oh, this is an MMA one. Okay. Or at least like some sort of fighting one.
Sorry I'm late. It's good to see you guys. What's up, Spread?
What's up, Steve?
Stevie, my man.
Keg. So I didn't put that strikeout prop in until 6 seconds before I sent you the message. It was like 10 minutes before the game started. I was just going through last minute, and I saw that prop was what I thought way too low. But just like I said, I sent you a message when I put the bet in. Like I said I would.
You got to give me more than 8 minutes, though.
I only gave myself 8 minutes.
How was it? Was it an easy cash?
He hit in like the 5th inning, I think, and he threw 7 innings.
You have any late night action going right now?
I just bet the Giants live when they went down 2-1 at plus 116, I think, and they hit a 2-run bomb in the top of the 4th, so they're up 1 now.
Go ahead.
Nice. And then I lucked out with the Nats calling that game. I had the Dodgers money line, and they called
it. I'm a fucking.
Did you dash it?
Let's go. Spread, touch them all tonight, Spread.
Let's do it.
We're having a day.
Was that the alternate total there?
Bogdanovich for the 2nd time.
Nice.
Fucking Capella fucked us tonight, though, huh, Spread?
Yeah, so we misdiagnosed that. I didn't realize his eye injury was so bad. So I'll be careful, and I'll talk to those guys before Saturday and see if we can get some better information going into the game. Lopez is out here hitting Kareem like skyhooks. Unbelievable.
Did he get to 30?
That just put him at 30.
Wow. Look at this team. They can't miss a 3 right now.
How about the game from Bobby Portis tonight, Spread?
Yeah. So I'll have to give title his props. He was calling for Portis, although we both sounded good. We were arguing Portis versus Lopez minutes, so they both showed out tonight.
Yeah. I see Lopez with 37, Portis with 35 right now. Minutes. Lopez 14 of 18 from the floor.
Yeah.
Bogdanovich is a fucking animal.
Did that just get us over? 52 plus 53. Yeah. Put that one on the board too, Jay. Second half over. Just hit.
Let's go. Spread is there. We are having a day, boys. We're clappers in 2021.
Cashing and clapping.
Yes, sir.
So, Gavin, you said you had some college basketball futures to talk about.
Yeah, which one of, if not both of these, are getting bet by me tonight. I don't know which one, but Auburn at 45-1 and Oregon at 50-1. Okay. Listen to this Auburn lineup. Wendell Green, who's he was an Eastern Kentucky transfer, I would say a little bit less lethal offensively than Carleek Jones, but similar in terms of a facilitator. Katie Johnson, the Georgia kid. Flanagan stays. You get Walker Kessler, and then the 5th overall recruit, Jabari Smith. That's the type of athleticism in a starting 5 that can actually give somebody like Gonzaga a run for their money, because Gonzaga right now I'm looking at is 3.5-1, and everybody else is pretty much 14 or more.
Yeah. What do they have on the bench? Let's see. Because they had a bunch of guys leave too.
They lost Sharif and JT Thor, I think.
Thor.
Too.
They lost Justin Powell, Jamal Johnson.
If we think that there's any hope of Kofi going to Kentucky,
no, I think it's a done deal.
Bet it now, because there's basically a bunch up right around 14, 15, 16-1. You got Kansas, Duke, Kentucky, Michigan, Texas, UCLA, and Nova.
I just don't understand the fit.
If Kofi goes to Kentucky, then they will clearly jump out as the number 2 team behind Gonzaga.
Yeah, because that's going to be Kofi, Big O, Kellen Grady, Severe Wheeler, CJ Frederick, and
Grady plays away from the basket. You don't worry about the fit for somebody like Kofi. You fit around Kofi. Who can we play around him, because he needs?
Yeah, that's true.
And it probably ends up being play both him and Oscar 26, 28 minutes a game.
So they're 16-1 right now, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's definitely going to jump to.
I think it'll be single digits
under 10.
He commits. Yep.
Yeah. So I've heard from 2 people now that say it's pretty much a done deal. So should we hop on that now? I've got the Purdue bet and the Texas bet so far.
Yeah, typically for something that's 16-1, I'm looking to bet a quarter unit if I feel there's good value, but I might not even bet the full quarter on Kentucky. But just from a value perspective because if I think Kofi comes back at all, that goes to single digits, just have a little bit of money there, because you might not see 16-1 the rest of the entire year.
Yeah, especially if they get out hot too. What?
SEC's tough. At the top, especially. Bama, Arkansas, LSU.
Yeah. I don't know. You might be able to get a better number sometime during conference play if they lose a couple in a row. Or, they've got a bunch of transfers coming in. I'm sure they have tough games to start the season, like the Champions Classic or whatever. A team full of transfers might lose a game early, and you might get a little bit of value there too. So what was the second one? You said Oregon?
Oregon 50-1.
That one I like a lot more than Auburn at 45.
I tend to trust Dana Altman a little bit more, taking a little bit of a kind of collection of misfits and being able to make them fit together. He got LJ Figueroa to play defense last year. Jacob Young will not play if he doesn't play defense. Plain and simple. So it doesn't matter.
So they got Young, Guerrier,
Harmon.
Yeah, they're going to be stacked. What was that starting 5 I sent you? I know it was recently. God, that Tyrese Radford news just bummed me out the other day.
What a kick in the dick.
Yeah, no, I do like the Oregon number, and I think that that's going to go down. I don't know why they're so high. Let me look at the list here. I had the NBA draft stuff up because I wanted to bet one of those, but we can talk about that after.
You wouldn't believe how strong this transfer portal is, dude. The talent that you find around guys ranked in the 70s, Jalen Coleman lands, Jay Heath, Verge, Brakefield, Jamari Wheeler. That's 75th, like around that area.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I will say the Purdue future looks better after the Ohio State news from this week. I'll tell you that. Let me find. All right, college basketball.
I tend to like Oregon a little bit more. I think they're obviously going to find a lot less resistance in the Pac-12 and have a much better opportunity to be seeded favorably going into the tournament.
Yeah, Auburn's such a wild card.
Yeah.
I feel like Auburn's 40-1 on DK. Kentucky's 18 on DK. Oregon is 20-1 on DK.
20. I'm literally looking at plus 5,000 on DSI.
We check FanDuel.
All right. Well, that's my bet then tonight. Nice and easy.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's what I said. I was like, why are they 50-1? Do you have any other ones yet so far? Did you bet the Purdue or the Texas with me?
I bet Texas a while ago. What were they? They were 35 when I did it. It was after Bishop, before. Who was the next transfer for him?
What's his name?
Gentlemen, I'm going to jump off real quick because they have a Little League barbecue, and I didn't think I was going to make it. But with this game ending and us cashing all these tickets, I'm going to run up there and say hi to the kids for the end of the season. But I'll be back on Saturday to hang out then.
All right,
great job tonight, Jay. Thanks for everyone for watching. And even though there's no NBA game tomorrow, we will do a rundown. We'll talk a little NBA, and then we're going to give out some Wimbledon bets. So we'll still do a rundown tomorrow at 1 Eastern. So I'll see you guys then, and I'll be back with you on Saturday, Jay.
Sweet.
All right, brother.
All right, later, guys.
Spread a stare, crushing. Let's go.
So I'm on FanDuel here, trying to find Oregon. Oregon's 30-1 on FanDuel. Auburn 35. USC's 40-1
No shot. You're telling me that?
Do they have one? Do they have one? They have one bet placed on USC at 40-1. I'm checking my offshore because I want to get that Oregon number.
What games have you been watching tonight in MLB, Steve?
I was sweating the Dodgers game early because I had Dodgers money line and I had that K prop, so I was watching those two early. And now the Giants game, who just gave up a 2-run bomb, so the Giants are down 1 now.
What were your thoughts in the Reds Padres game pre-game?
Pre-game, I thought that Luis Castillo would pitch pretty well, even given the tough matchup. He was rolling through 4, and then they got he had like an over an hour rain delay, Gavin, and he came back out. It was pretty shaky after that. And now it's 3-3 top 8. I haven't been watching that one though. I just have it on the game day here, my iPad.
Giants are plus 170 right now for anybody that wasn't able to get them.
Plus 170 is pretty tasty. I might grab a little more. Oh, come on. It's not letting me log into this damn site.
You bet series bets in baseball?
No, I do mostly team totals, some money lines, some first fives. Never do any run lines. But no series bets. All right, what am I looking for here? Futures. There's a base knock for the Giants. Let's get a rally going here. Trying to look this up while also trying to live bet the Giants is a little tricky.
Yeah.
All right. I finally got to the bet online list, Gavin. They've got Kentucky at 12. They've got Texas is at 18. Wow. Oregon 33. So yeah. 50 looks pretty good. Damn, I wish I had that number.
Bet DSI, man.
I don't have a bet DSI.
Great MMA numbers for me, and it allowed me to do some college baseball props, which have to be the most fun bets of the entire year.
The props.
You know, you guys are betting over under 26.5 points or whatever. I'm betting like under 1.5 hits.
For some kid from NC State.
From some kid on some kid from a one stoplight town in Texas. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but just on some, random dude.
We haven't talked since the NC State thing. That sucked.
Oh, I still think there's a reason that the NCAA did it in the middle of the night when they released the news.
Mm-hmm.
Something tells me that they had enough players to field a team, but not enough to potentially be competitive. And the NCAA was like, I got a bad feeling about that whole thing.
Yeah, I have to look. I'm not even sure if they just canceled my bet or if it was a loss.
For what?
Oh, the bookie will do you dirty. They'll count that as a loss.
I had NC State to win the College World Series at 12-1. And they got kicked out because of COVID. They were what, 2 wins away? No, 3 wins away because they had the game against Vandy. If they won that, they went to the best of 3, right?
Yeah, that's going to be an L probably.
Getting DQ'd because of COVID and L. That sucks.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? If they want to save face and make themselves look good, they'll refund people's tickets, and it's probably not that big of a handle. If I had to guess.
Yeah, I'm sure already know. A dozen people bet on NC State.
There's always the possibility that they'll try to do the right thing, but I would consider it an L until you see something different.
Yeah, I'm going to put on this Giants game now. If they can get through the bottom of the 5th here, only down 1, and we see a good number going to the 6, I'm going to hit that again.
Joey was on the over in the Rockies game, and I can get that number right now, like 2 runs better than what he has it on the sheet.
Oh, well, never mind. There's a leadoff homer for the Diamondbacks in the 5th. I didn't have a strong take on that game. I don't really like betting overs with Wainwright on the mound. He can just be so stingy, and his pitch count's pretty low.
What do you think? There's a bettable angle in the Padres Reds game?
No, I mean, I would be guessing.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Oof. Cueto just threw flat change up right at the top of the zone, Gavin. Got turned around 430.
Just like the high splitter that doesn't split. It's a BP fastball. Just gets whacked to Kingdom Come.
Yep. Oh, damn. So I don't have anything I can put in. I thought you were going to give me a freaking ticket to add here.
How dare you, Gavin?
You know, I apologize for picking off stale numbers. You know, sue me. I'll tell you what. One of my closest buddies since high school is very high up in the Diamondbacks organization, and I am always open to betting against the Diamondbacks. He doesn't have a promising outlook on the team for the next couple of years. Hell, 300? I might have to dabble here.
Oh,
I'm in. If you're in, I'm in.
Well, just get away. Hold on. Chill out. Where'd it go?
They're plus 300 now?
They were, and then they removed it. Where'd it go?
You into tennis at all, Steve?
No. Nope. Well, he just walked Escobar, so that might be it.
So here, I got two-way Sam Fran. I got 350, three-way, which is basically within 9 innings. I got 440.
So the D-backs had the worst bullpen in baseball in June. If he can get through. Padres just scored, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to take them too.
What number do you see on Purdue now, Gavin?
Let's see here. I'm going to go back. They were like just outside that 16 bunch. They're like in the 20s, I think, low 20s. Oh.
Oh, there's a double play for the Giants.
All right, we're going back here. What do we got? And lost a whole fucking.
I see plus 265.
Yeah, I'm close to that.
Yeah. I'll take that. They're down 2 with 4 innings left against the worst bullpen in the league.
At what price?
265 is what I see. Just gonna put like a quarter unit on it.
Yeah, I'll hop in.
So, Gavin, do you think I should take this Kentucky at 18 on DK? I think I should.
If you have a strong feeling that Kofi is going to Kentucky, you need to bet it now.
I do. All right, I'm taking it. Kentucky 18-1 to win it all. So the one I was looking at, Gavin, so DK has the NBA draft props up. Do you have any NBA draft props on your book there?
I don't think I have those.
I think they just posted them today. See if you've got them. Well, anyways, so I opened that up, right? I'm like, let's see if there's anything that just jumps off the page here. And I scroll down right here at the bottom. is your boy Jalen Johnson from Duke. Over 10.5 is even money. I don't think there's any way he goes in the top 10.
If I had that, I would bet it. I don't have any availability. I'm looking at all 5 of these are just toast.
So do you think there's any chance that he goes in the top 10? I don't.
Look at the draft order again.
All right. So the Giants got out of the 5th. Get some runs here in the 6th. Tie this game up.
Oh God, I'm tired.
You were staying up for another 7 hours.
Yeah, I will be. Just got to get a second wind. I think I might take Ons to beat Muguruza tomorrow at like plus 130.
Now we're talking this tennis. Is that men or women?
Women. It's a slow week, Gav.
I don't know anything
I'm not
about
opposed
tennis.
to betting it. I'm just asking: is it men or women?
What do you watch any thoughts on the Rocket Mortgage, Steve?
No, I didn't do any research on it this week. I had a pretty busy work week and just focus on the baseball.
Keg, who are you thinking about over there?
Ons, Joe Bear, Juber, whatever the fuck her last name is. Spread liked her to go far in the tournament, and she's a plus 130 dog to one of the finalists from last year. I think Muguruza was in the final last year. I have to check, but I think she was.
This is Wimbledon?
Yeah.
Last name one more time.
Can you just spell it out for him?
I don't see.
Her first name is ONS.
No, it's not. Ons Jabeur.
Yep.
I found her. I thought that was one word.
Spread liked her to win the quarter. So, I mean, I think, plus 130 dog. Spread knows way, way too much about women's tennis. Way too much. For my liking. But
brother, I can think of a lot of other vices that could get me into trouble than betting and watching women's tennis.
People say that to me about NASCAR, though, so who am I to judge?
I thought that little jam shot from Crawford was going to drop.
Could be worse, man. You could be betting on darts. Imagine betting your hard-earned money on darts.
You think those guys are completely sober when they play darts? Because I've never played darts even near anywhere, sniffing sobriety.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I got to tell you, I couldn't agree with that statement more. I don't think I've ever played darts unless I've been blasted.
Unless I'm either one-eyeing it or one step short of one-eyeing my dart.
There's this awesome dart bar here that has like the electronic darts, and you can play different games on it. And
electronic dart? What the fuck is happening to society? Electronic darts?
No. So like the board is electronic. So when you throw it, there's a big screen at the top that tracks your score and stuff. It's pretty cool.
But you throw an actual dart?
You throw an actual dart. It just has sensors, I guess. And there's like a big screen TV above it where whichever game you're playing, it tracks your score and stuff.
I can get down with that. I want to bet. Ramon's talking about tennis. I was thinking about betting Shapovalov in straight sets tomorrow, plus 137. That kid is a stud, man.
Sabalenka?
No, that's a chick.
Toronto.
That's a chick.
You're speaking Mandarin to Gavin and I think.
Fascinating. Oh, I must be in the women's tab. Oh, fuck.
You're just a mess right now.
Tennis, you might as well speak Japanese to my dog. Like, I mean,
bro, you're talking to somebody that's cut from the same cloth as you. So I get it, believe me. But it's slim pickings out there right now.
Dennis Shapovalov?
Dennis with one N.
Denise Shapovalov. No, Shapovalov.
Yeah. I call him Snuffleupagus.
Man, that was a weak top of the sixth for the Giants there. I don't love that.
I thought you were going to say that was a weak pronunciation. I was going to say, yeah, you're right about that.
JJ's been doing well, though, on the sheet with tennis.
Good. Yeah, it's just not one that I follow.
Yeah, Saturday can't come fast enough between those NASCAR and the NBA game. That'll, it's very weird for me, bro, because most people that bet for a living that could like sustain a household do it every day of their life. Like they're grinding baseball, they're grinding fucking regular season NBA slates, like 12 to 14 games a night. Yep. I make a living betting on sports, and everything I bet is on the weekend. So it's like,
yeah, it's true.
Like football, Saturday and Sunday, right? NASCAR, Saturday and Sunday. The UFC, Saturday. Now, the only time I actually grind in the middle of the week, other than the preparation for the weekend, is Monday Night Football and Thursday Night Football. Really, that's it. Everything else is like I'll live bet the NBA to try to pick up a unit here and a unit there if I can during the week. But the majority of my sports betting heavy goes down on the weekends.
Yeah, that makes sense. Huh. I wonder how much they'll let me put down on this Jalen Johnson prop. So, Gavin, let's just walk through it real quick. So the first five are like locked in, right? Yeah, Cade, some order of Cade, and then Mobley, Green, Suggs, Kuminga in the top five, right? And probably have a group of Scotty Barnes, Davion Mitchell, Moses Moody, Keon Johnson, Franz Wagner, like those guys. That's 10 right there.
Problem is, a lot of those are guards. If one guy needs a big, where else? Or if one team needs a big, where do they go? The thing is, Sacramento doesn't do it at 10 because they got fucking Marvin Bagley. They're not going back to the cap upside Duke power forward. I promise you that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is the type of guy who always drops to, like big time character concerns. like as teams go through like the interview process, they're gonna find out this guy's a fucking flake and a weirdo. I don't know. I think getting even money on over 10.5, I'm definitely gonna bet that. That was your snap reaction too, right?
Yeah. I would bet it if I had it available. I just don't have it.
So, other ones that look okay. Moses Moody under 11.5 is plus 112.
I don't know about that just because of the guard depth at that range. It's basically going to be the team's drafting that spot. What's your flavor? What's the flavor profile you like? Do you like the versatility of Franz? Do you like the 3-and-D and Moody? I don't think Davion's around then, but who are the other guys that we were talking about? Do you take Keon's athleticism if he's still there?
Franz Wagner, I just pulled up the Athletics brand new one from this morning. They've got, I haven't looked at this, Cade, Suggs, number 2. I think that's the way I would go. Mobley 3, Green 4, Minga 5, Barnes 6, Josh Giddey from Australia 7. I don't know who he is. Keon Johnson 8, Kai Jones 9. Wow. To the Kings. Woo! To the Kings.
Oh, that would be the most Kings fucking pick ever at 9. I can't wait to tell Spread if that happens.
10, Davion Mitchell. 11, Book. 12, Jalen Johnson to the Spurs.
Keg, if we're not going to be able to get down more money to win on tonight, we might as well think about, when in the hell in the future can we make some goddamn money?
That's what we're trying to do. Man.
Yeah.
So apologies for the hijacking of the show, and all these guys are probably like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, sorry.
There's nothing else to do anyway, so, do you. We don't really see an angle in the baseball games. That's the only thing left going on tonight.
Yeah.
So, I don't care. Padres are minus $8 right now.
Yeah, the Reg just had 2 on, nobody out. Got fly out in the double play to end the inning in the 8th.
Have you been watching any of the Euro Cup?
No.
Me either.
Not a soccer guy. It's also on during the day, and I have a job and a lot of calls and stuff. And I'm, I would rather do a lot of things than watch soccer personally.
You don't play soccer unless you can't hit a curveball.
That's what I was trying to say.
I'll just say it. If you can't hit a curveball, go play soccer.
Am I ready for week 1 in the NFL? Yeah, as a fan, I'm ready for it. In terms of preparation, no, not at all. Can I cap college football? I didn't cap college football on the spreadsheet last year because we had JJ and we had Matt that was doing it. But yeah, I can. I made personal bets, so I'll probably get more involved in college.
Betting college is fun. I don't think I'm that great at it, but let me look at what I did last year.
College football can be frustrating, though, at times.
Last year, I'm not sure.
Just way higher variance, higher totals, higher variance, and then throw in the fact that you got 18 to 22-year-old kids.
That's what it is. It's hard to count on those kids sometimes. I think I had 1 college football play on the spreadsheet the entire season last year because we had people taking care of it. But this year, it'll probably be just me and JJ. Maybe Tyler and Joey will throw some plays on there. But NFL, I can't wait for it. But yeah, I'm nowhere near ready. I still have shit to do over the summer.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to sell off my mother so I can get some more money to take your college football bets. It's going to be great.
Not college, NFL maybe, but
that's why when I say college, I meant NFL.
Yeah, you said don't sell mom for the college place. Don't do that.
Let's see. Last season I was -6 units in college football. That's not too horrible.
That's not actually. That's not terrible.
Let's go back another year.
You think Brad Tavares knocks Amari Akhmedov out?
Money's coming in like it's not going to happen.
I know.
Tavares is such a tough son of a bitch, man. I don't know, but we probably would be better off taping these goddamn things and getting on them earlier.
What do you think about Greg Hardy being plus 120 against Tai Tuivasa?
God, it's just a typical dogger pass, low level heavyweight. Like,
yeah, I agree.
I don't know if I'm moving to the window to bet Greg Hardy by any means. Like,
I can't argue with that. But who the fuck is laying 140 on Tai Tuivasa? I just can't get there.
Because he beats Stefan Struve. I mean, I think Greg Hardy beats the dog piss out of Struve too. Like, Stefan Struve is just horrible. But
100%.
I don't know. I did have my eye on that Yana line. I was a little bit interested in that.
I agree, bro. Totally. I think it's a bad matchup for Aldana.
Oh, O'Malley's only -800 now.
Wait. Again, they put a line out there?
Yeah.
Against Simone?
Mountino?
Oh, fuck. It's not Ricky Simone.
No.
Bro.
No, that's what I'm telling you. I thought the UFC, I'm pretty sure the UFC stepped in to make the fight not happen at the catch weight that both fighters agreed to.
Gavin, you mean Ricky Simon?
Yeah, Ricky Simon was Matt Love.
Ricky Simon. I would have sold at least like one of my mom's legs. Like she would have had a peg leg at plus 600. Definitely.
I'm waiting for this Tatiana line to come out.
Bro, don't even get me going. Don't even get. I haven't gone to a loan shark, okay, since I was probably 17 years old, because and it was only because I worked for him. I would consider like taking a $50K loan and just dropping a fucking bomb on her. I really would. There is no way she loses.
Yeah, Steve, the most impressive female prospect fighter is fighting a girl that Keg would be a -300 favorite against. Objectively, we won't listen to this egregious talk about Keg being an underdog from chat because
it's just
absurd, just objectively absurd.
Thank you.
Tatiana might whoop your ass, Keg. I don't know.
I think she could use that Olympic wrestling to get me to the ground and probably just pummel the shit out of me.
Keg, she would probably fold Keg up into a pretzel and have his legs and arms going in directions that they've never even contemplated going.
And she weighs 125 pounds.
They're fighting each other, and we're about to lay the farm on Tatiana Suarez if they legally place a line on this. Where's she going to go after Keg? The thing is, Modafferi never comes in as like a huge dog, you know? She's a dog, and she's always like that 180, 200-ish dog. Like, oh, if it comes anywhere less than 500,
I think
minus 500, it's going nuts.
I think the only reason maybe that we get a better line than we think that we're going to get is because she hasn't fought in 2.5 years. It'll be 2.5 years by the time that fight happens. So, I mean, I think that's that. Other than that, bro, like if she was fighting normally, she would be. I would set that line personally at probably minus 1,000 if I was the bookmaker. I would probably set the line at minus 1,000.
I'll tell you what, it's a hell of a lot more safe than Agripova was against Dobson.
Yeah. I mean, if that line was minus 1,100, then that Suarez line should be like right there. I mean, she is the only girl I could even remotely think has a chance against Valentina. And I've been saying it for 4.5 years. But the problem is she hasn't fought. She's been off the grid for 2 years.
Yeah.
Bro, she is gonna if that fight gets out of the first round, I'll be surprised.
Now, speaking of 266, that is the Jan Blachowicz and Glover fight.
Yeah.
Talk about two guys who you almost just bet blindly as a dog and you don't think twice about it. Like guys that are consistent underdogs that win. This is going to be a good fight, man.
What's the line? Like, what is he, plus $2?
Yeah, I think what I thought was what I saw open. I don't have it on this book specifically, but I thought
if that's the line, I think you can only take the dog or pass the fight. But my gut says that Blachowicz probably wins the fight. But, I mean, Glover has won so many fights as an underdog. How could you count him out? You couldn't count him out.
Dude, I wonder what that Glover sub prop comes out to.
Probably like 8 or 9 to 1.
Oh, that's gonna get some money of mine.
Yeah, it would be a dog or pass spot, but I think I would just sit back and watch it.
Yeah, pretty much. No, Blachowicz is actually a little bit more. He's like 240, and you got Glover pretty much 200, 210, depending on where you look.
Is there a line on the Aljo Jan rematch yet?
I'm looking at Jan -2. This is just like a reference. I don't even think this is officially posted anywhere, but it says -270.
That's what the line should have been in the first fight. Yeah, that sucks, man. Because I really wanted to. I would have put like $5,000 on Jan, but that's steep. If that's where the line is, that's steep.
Does FanDuel have a line for Francis John Jones? Because Best Fight Odds is showing it.
DraftKings doesn't. I'll check FanDuel. Yeah. Jones plus 155.
I'm not fucking betting John Jones in that spot.
No. How could you? If he wins, he wins. But
dude, if Francis is anything like the patient kind of type that he showed last fight, he's just stalking you, just biding time.
Get through. God damn it.
I feel like next Saturday night at about 1 a.m., we are going to be besides ourselves that we didn't bet Dustin Poirier.
We talked about it. Yep, when they were close to pretty much a pick 'em.
That's where it's at now at FanDuel, -110 on both sides. I just have a feeling, bro, that he's going to do it again.
There's a fight coming up that's – what do you have listed for Johnny Walker, Thiago Santos? Best Fight Odds has this at 266, but I don't think that's correct.
No. I have Santos -160, the comeback +132.
Sorry. I meant they had it listed for UFC 266. Dude, if I had access to either BetMGM, FanDuel, or William Hill, any of the places that I've listed, I would bet on Santos in that fight. I think that's two different caliber of fighters completely.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of the Hermanson Shabazian fight in many ways, other than we don't have the takedown route, but I just think that, dude, yeah, Johnny Walker, he might land a flying fucking knee or something crazy, but outside of that, I think Thiago takes that pretty handily.
My only comeback to that would be, man, did he look underwhelming in that Alexander Rakic fight. He looked terrible in that fight.
Yeah, and it was his second fight back from the long bout. He had the Glover, and you would have thought that he would have come back the second time better, and he didn't. So it is a good point. But
I was on Santos in that fight.
Yeah, that number, it just stood out to me.
But I agree that Johnny Walker is so green and raw. Just like Hardy is so green and raw. Like they barely know what they're doing right now.
Johnny Walker's another one of those guys that blocks punches with his face, which is not a good recipe at 205.
I agree. He's raw.
I'm just looking at best fight odds at some of these that we should be ready for. If we're not going to be able to bet this week.
I kind of think that Brad Tavares is going to fucking smoke Akhmedov.
Having a guy in the chat says Kentucky's 25-1 at BetMGM.
Wow.
Baseball or basketball?
Basketball.
College basketball. Yeah. Mikey, they're 12-1 on BetOnline, 18-1 on DraftKings. I think FanDuel is 14-1. So
they're
25.
14 and 15 at the two main offshores that I use for college basketball futures.
Yeah, so 25, you're getting a great number there. Yeah, FanDuel is 16. Man, the Giants. They had a couple rallies early, and they just died the last 4 innings. Nothing.
Keg, who was Hallie and Paiva scheduled to fight that got rescheduled that was going to be a really good fight on one of these last cards? Do you remember off the top of your head?
I think I could find out, but I know exactly who you're thinking about. It was like real recent, actually.
Dvorak, that's right. Dvorak, yes. So I'm looking at best fight odds, man. Paiva is plus 176 on FanDuel against Kyler Phillips. Now, I like Kyler Phillips, but I definitely don't like him that much at minus 215, and I think there's great value on Hallie and Paiva.
That kid's a great prospect.
That thing screams greasy decision all over it, and I'd rather be holding the plus 176.
What are you guys doing for the 4th this weekend? Any plans?
I'm gonna be in front of my camera, running this fucking house like I do.
Hopefully, with your clothes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, definitely with my clothes on for sure.
Oh, it's not the OnlyFans stream, or the hot tub. Yeah, what do you do in a hot tub stream?
Yeah. Keg after dark. You know?
Yeah. I need a hot tub first. Like,
no, Keg. Who's the guy in the chat that's always telling you to take your shirt off or eat? Where's our guy?
Varun. Bro, he DMs me. He DMs me, bro, begging to get back, like on the stream and like back to become a subscriber. And I told him, you've been excommunicated, bro. internet restraining order. That's it. You're off the list. You're done. You're out. And I give them the soup Nazi, no soup for you meme.
No soup for you.
Yeah.
You gotta give the guy a digital TRO. That's tough.
Yeah. I mean, you got to do sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Oh man, I saw someone say that in chat. I went, okay, am I drunk or are my eyes not functioning? Does that say, Keg, take your shirt off?
How many times can you ask somebody what they're eating, and if they'll eat it on camera, and if they could do it while their shirt is off? Like at a certain point, you just tap out, and you're like, you know what? I tapped out of that relationship. I'm done. I can't take it anymore. I'm done.
Yeah, I'll tell you what fight I got to rewatch is the Moreno-Figueiredo fight, because my Lord, was I 2/3 of the way to Helen Keller by the time that fight rolled around that night.
Yeah.
I don't really remember shit from that fight.
Gavin, this guy in chat, Ramon, look, Keg is awesome, but nobody can top Cheeseburger Jesus on Chatterbait. Guy just bangs Colombian cam models all the time. Cheeseburger Jesus.
Gas station sushi says I'm taking Poirier inside the distance. I'll tell you, man, I don't think that's a bad bet. I got a feeling that's how it's going to go down. I think we're going to get the over 1.5 rounds home this time. But I think if you're asking me what the most likely thing happens, I think it's Poirier at some point in the fight getting the job done.
You know, we talk about a fight that lasted basically 1.5-ish rounds in Oliveira and Chandler. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys with what I would consider way more stopping power, you know, way more obviously submission threat from Charles Oliveira. And we're getting a similar kind of 1.5. Like I would just be shocked if just somebody gets clipped early. Like if McGregor gets completely caught on his heels again, I would just be like, all right.
I rewatched that fight yesterday, right? If that lead leg doesn't go down from him chopping at that tree, that fight was primed to go into the 3rd or 4th round. They were both fresh. They both looked good. The only thing, Conor just could not stand on his lead leg. He couldn't do it anymore, and it ended up getting him caught because he couldn't stand. Yeah. But if that doesn't happen, which say what you want about Kavanaugh and Conor McGregor, there is no way that they're letting that beat them in this fight. Yeah. I think Poirier is going to win the fight probably. But it's not going to be because he chopped that lead leg down. There's no way they don't come prepared to stop that in this fight. And if that's the case, I think we're going deep. But I have a feeling that Poirier's cardio is so much better than Conor's. So much better.
This is a guy who has lived and breathed, MMA day in and day out for years. Right. Conor does kind of the more scale up, scale down, scale up, scale down. And
Poirier doesn't have a fucking 180-foot yacht. You know what I mean? Like, I think that'll be the difference too. I think late round 3, round 4, when Poirier still is as fresh as he was in the beginning of the fight, and Conor probably will not be. And Poirier already showed he took him down in the 1st round. So I'm sure that he's going to be going for takedowns. He's going to be making Conor work. Poirier's got the better cardio, and because of that, he probably catches him late and probably puts him down. But I think the over 1.5 rounds is safe. I think that's a winning bet. But I
can't get out of my head what was probably the most memorable fight that I saw during COVID in the Dustin Poirier Dan Hooker fight. I thought that was the best war that we saw during the entire pandemic, dude.
I thought that was fight of the year until the Moreno fight, until the first Moreno fight.
Oh, yeah. Here's the thing, though. That's at 145 versus 125. There's different power in every one of those strikes, and there's 200 being thrown both ways. So it's a little bit different. But
155.
Sorry, I said 45. Yeah, 55.
Yeah, I agree. That was a fucking war. But Poirier got the better of that fight for the majority.
Yeah, he couldn't finish Dan Hooker, who maybe Hooker coming back too early to fight Chandler off that fight was the detriment. But it's hard not to have that, especially after betting on Dan Hooker in the Chandler fight and looking at that chinniness and thinking if he can make it 25 minutes, Connor can't make it fucking 7.5. Don't go and cash a check, man.
I agree. Poirier's got knockout power, and Connor's got the touch of death in his left hand. He just knocks you out if he catches you.
Do you think left on left negates some of Connor's left hand?
Yeah, maybe slightly. Maybe.
This is our chance here in the Giants game. Got 2-3-4 in the top of the 8th against pretty shitty reliever.
Let's get this home. Oh wow, the Padres get the lead.
Yeah, the Reds hit a bomb in the bottom of the 9th to tie it up.
And now the Padres are plus 130. Do the Reds have runners on?
They've got a guy on first with one out in the top of the order up. In the bottom of the 9th. Pretty dicey here. You got Jonathan India and Jesse Winker, 2 of their 3 best hitters to get through first.
Oh, Keg, did you get my text 3 seconds before the Red Sox game had the first pitch? I said Red Sox team total over, and they scored 15 runs. You didn't see that?
Joey Work just shipped a $100,000 ticket.
Shut up.
I swear to God.
What?
He just won the 300. I think the contest is over, right?
No. For
God.
For baseball or basketball?
For baseball?
Baseball. He's in first right now.
Oh, well, he better pucker his ass cheeks because you got a couple more innings.
Oh, my God, Joey. Let's fucking go, bro.
He is? Let me see.
He just sent me a fucking screenshot.
Oh, dude, you're not screenshotting early. No chance, Joey. Come on.
No, not to send it out. Not to send it out on Twitter, but just for me.
Oh, dude, that's jinxing it. Oh, boy.
Yeah, I saw he was in first earlier.
I wish he was on here to shit this out. Now, I was about to end the show, but now I'm fucking amped.
Did he show you the lineup or just the entry? Who are we rooting for? Who do we need here?
Honestly, I have no fucking clue. Just the Tony's in fourth. I mean, you would think either way, Joey's sitting good to cash a nice ticket. How much baseball is left to play?
You've got the Cincinnati game, which just tied it up in the 9th. That's not going to help.
It could be going to extras. You never know, how many innings that thing goes.
Yeah, the Coors game is in the bottom of the 8th, and we got this Giants game here. These are the 3. So we're in the 8th, and the 9th. 2 of them are tied, though, so there's going to be scoring of. Yeah, I think he put in a single bullet in the 7-7-7 today.
Joey sent me the screenshot, and then he goes, I have since dropped 30 places.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he posted that pretty early on in the slate in the MLB Discord. He said, can we call the games?
I mean, still 3K. I mean,
Jonathan India just doubled Keg, so it's second and third for the Reds right now.
Jonathan India, Florida. Boy,
dude, he has been so good since they called him up. He's hitting leadoff for him, Gavin.
You thought he was good for the – what team is he on, the Reds now?
The Reds.
Yeah, he mashed the SEC.
Yeah, we got a leadoff. So now I feel less bad against rooting for runs to happen for Joey. We had a leadoff walk for the Giants here with Posey up now. Let's get a bomb to tie this thing up.
You know that feeling like when you're high up and then you drop fast and like your stomach goes into your throat.
Yeah.
The fucking kid just put my stomach in my throat. I'm sitting here thinking my fucking boy just got $100,000 home. I mean, fucking kid. I mean, that's like the worst. If that's not the worst case of blue balls you ever saw.
Early screenshots are the kiss of death to a jinx. Oh yeah. Man.
He's like, yeah.
My heart is pounding, bro.
I was there at 7:18 p.m.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Steve and I have done that where we played college basketball and we're at the top of a contest and there's like one more Pac-12 game that's like deep into the second half and I'm like, can I just like Venmo a college kid $1,000 bail money to pull the fire alarm so I can take home $25K and just call it a day?
Oh man, that motherfucker got me good. He got me good, bro. My fucking heart is pounding. I couldn't imagine, if I was in that position, it might.
That's hilarious.
If I was,
why do you think I'm so gray?
Yeah, it might legitimately give me a heart attack. Legitimately, because I almost just had one.
Damn. Posey just went down looking. Bastard.
I almost jumped out of my fucking chair. Padres are plus 425 right now.
Well, the Reds have one out, second and third with Winker and Castellanos up. If they get through Winker,
if they get out of the beginning, Steve, what a price that is.
Yeah, well, no, I was saying if they get through Winker, you could think about it. It should still be around plus 300, and then they'd only need one out, and it's a right-on-right matchup.
Yeah, you know what? If they get the second out, I might take a really small shot. I mean, that's all you can ask for is having the Padres at plus 400 going into extras.
Oh, yeah. Let me see who's going to be up to.
It's in play.
So Tatis is leading off the 10th, too. Yep. All right. Let's see what it moves to here.
I think for someone who really wanted to dive in to MLB data, there's an edge to be found, especially live betting with these games going to extra innings and who is available, who's warming up in the pen, who's about to come into the game, because coming into the game in the 10th inning nowadays is a very different skill set and mindset than coming into the 10th inning previously when you didn't have a runner on.
Yeah.
There's different types of guys you come in and give a clean inning to. There's different types of guys that if you bring them in with runners on, they're just going to compound the problems. And then there's guys that you can trust to throw strikes and give you a chance. Like there's definitely a little bit of edge there, I think.
So the Padres just intentionally walked Castellanos to get to Stevenson. I see plus 180 for the Padres. I was hoping it'd be higher than that.
Yeah, I feel like we should have just taken the shot at plus 425.
I do hate when you do that, though, and then the next pitch is like a walk-off single. You're like, God damn it.
Oh, my God. This is Noe Ramirez throwing for the Diamondbacks.
I know. That's why I was like, this is the chance here. I've got Brandon Crawford on my team, on my DFS team tonight. I'm doing pretty well, but I could use a big knock.
Crawford just 3-0 popped up. What a moist cunt. Oh, my God.
You're one pitch ahead of me.
That's an adjective right there. I mean,
on a cookie, too. A 90-mile-an-hour fastball down the middle.
Dude, he should have hit that thing to fucking Tucson.
That's how you describe an event right there.
Brother, you don't get the bat off your shoulder to fucking miss on 3-0. God damn it.
What a moist cunt. I mean, that is an image.
Well, the Reds just walked it off.
Did they really?
Yep. Tyler Stevenson singles on a line drive to right field.
All right, boys. I'm calling.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'll send both of you guys invites over the weekend, and if you could show up, show up. If not, it's all good.
Sounds good. If I don't talk to you, have a good 4th.
All right.
Everyone in the chat,
I'm
too.
sober enough and safe for the brand. I'll be there.
Let's go. Let's go.
But
All right,
that's a quite a big contingency.
Yeah.
Spread. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the NBA rundown. I'll be back all Saturday and Sunday, and JJ will have MLB content on the weekend on this channel. So we're out, boys. See you over the weekend. Later.